live on all of the platforms. YouTube is here, Twitch is here, everyone is here. Fuck, yeah, I forgot to set up the chat, transparent chat, but yeah, just gonna go without it for now. Hello guys, hope you're doing great. And now I again forgot what I need to do. Let's put in the watches. Hi Ben, thanks for visiting me. You're the first probably today. Sonar Temple, hi. Drunk Drummer, hi. Haas, hi. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Ben. Jack, hi. Hi everyone, guys. Just wanted to go somewhere and just wanted to click something and I forgot what to click. Ka, hi. Greetings to Finland. And what's high? What's gonna be? Like, what's gonna be? I don't have anything in mind for the stream. I haven't prepared as usual. Just got home. Oh, how nice. Gee, hi. Hi, everyone, guys. Today it's not a gaming, it's gonna be just chatting, with you guys out here. Gonna review some of the stories, speak about life and death. You have nice mic and cameras, but no Sennheiser. Love my 660 Sennheiser. What is that? Ah, you mean the headset? No, I have Audio Technica. Is it good? Headphones, I understood, yeah. Is it good? Wow. I should put probably here, yeah, for the stream window. Hi, Jan Sin. Welcome to Twitch. Expensive headphones, yeah. Here, you get here, awesome. Yeah, they look interesting. Oh, you have double wire. A double wire construction, dynamic. What else? You don't have this leather. Yeah. Maybe with the leather pads, it would be. How you call this cushion? It's fabric, so fabric will be messed up. Actually, but about the same. 60s. You have S2. Yeah, they sell S2 headphones. Well, I like this transparent design. Design is nice. I have this kind of the headset. It's Focal Batis, but it's wireless. Maybe they have also wired type of those, and I really like the sound here. I use it everywhere. In a gym, then I listen to some stuff on my phone. I connect it here, not earports or something. I use this because I don't like something to plug into my ear, to feel this feeling. Just some over top the ears, I use Bayer Dynamics. Oh, nice. I'll still stick to my GBLs. Yeah, GBLs are also nice. Howdy, Bjorn. Yeah, it's good. Amazing have the 660s actually, but okay, I see. So let's go to the news. Seems like I spotted one. By the way, guys, what do you think about a situation in Middle East? Do you really think that Donald Trump stopped this war? I don't honestly think so. I think it's the ceasefire, which might last for maybe even years if we are lucky. I use them with my Scarlet Soul interface, then I'm playing games. Oh, awesome. Scarlet is good. I think it's now 4th generation released of Scarlet Soul interface. Yeah, it's nice. And what mic do you use, Tom? Or maybe, yeah, why would you use headset with interface? It seems like you use it all together, yeah? Taco hasn't stopped anything. I think it is the ceasefire. Hamas is still out there. Yeah, it's not destroyed, demolished as Netanyahu promised. Israel controls the part of Gaza occupied. Yeah, really. And I don't think it's the end. Trump was stopped 69 wars so far. He's amazable. Even stop conflict between my 2 local cats. Genius. Yeah. Hey, love you, channel. Thank you, Christian. If Trump stopped the war, then Reagan is a is the reason they tore down the Berlin Wall. Yeah. Trump always takes credit. He should wait, and we should wait and see. Yeah, yeah. It's like a big. It reminds me like some of the big TV show, with this trip to Gaza, to Egypt, to Israel. So I don't think this will, like before, even we had those was yes a lot of fun. I think there were so many deals between Palestinians, Israelis, and this war really continues for a very, very long time, like this conflict, and no one will stop it. Hamas say they want it, Israel say they want it, so I think it will continue after all, because like Putin says, the root causes of this conflict are not resolved. Yeah, it's just a ceasefire with some of the hostages exchanged. Like, yeah, luckily hostages 20, I guess, hostages were returned back to Israel, and some of the Hamas militants were returned to Gaza Strip. So Hamas will still rule Gaza. They will maybe prepare for one more October 7th. Yeah. Israel will continue to maybe bomb Gaza if they feel something wrong is happening, yeah, for them. So I don't think that we're gonna see something like for decades and decades peace thing there. It's impossible. But Trump gives it as he stops the war, yeah. Ben, again. Trump has to ask Putin about Tomahawk. Yeah. He promised to ask Putin if he's okay with Tomahawk missiles. It needs complete change of people. Governance power are. Yeah. They hate each other. Like Palestinians, Israelis, they hate each other. You cannot like, stop. Let's stop hate each other. No, absolutely. And they have tons of weapons, and it's not gonna work. Exchange, ceasefire is the ceasefire. What we see is exchange and ceasefire. And don't forget about the West Bank. Yeah, I think that Hamas also got popular in West Bank, yeah? Greetings to Toronto. Awesome. Canada. Why does Trump wants the Nobel Prize? Just his personal ego. Because maybe Barack Obama got it just like that, and he wants it all also. He wants it too. Great, I can see Miku. Yeah, Miku and Asuka. I like girls more than boys. Oh, what is here? Interesting. Turkish. Turkey successfully carried out a live fire test of homegrown SOMG. Looks like towers for me. We have music here. Looks like towers, yeah, cruise missile. SOMJ. SOMJ. Interesting name. This is F-16. Orange. Woo. You see how it shaked and it dropped it? It's heavy. This thing is heavy. Especially on the wing, you have like this balance, of course, because it's on one side. See, it drops. Woo. Like it flies off. Yeah, like towers, yeah? Reminds a little. June going down and flies. Cruise. Oh, it can maneuver. Let's go. Flies very low. Ooh. Boom. Nice. A little bit off the target, yeah? They put the crosshair, but still nailed it square. Boom. As for the first test, it's awesome. Awesome result. Jeez. Did they have the warhead? Oh, with the slow motion, it's nice, you see? I think it's like a bunker penetration, yeah? Yeah, Turkey is really... They also producing fighter jet. New generation, and they have orders. BU. It's so fast. Cool. Yeah, nice thing. Developed by TÜBİTAK Sage and Rocket Sun. Compatible with Turkish F-16. Maybe they can supply something to Ukraine for the tests. Come on, Turkey, come on. Give us something. He has been jealous for Obama. Yeah. Trump is jealous. They make fifth generation plane, yeah. Maybe we can Turkey, yeah. It's now like this. Turkey, yeah. Turkey. It's like the new way they put Turkey. Jet, fifth generation. I forgot the name of it. Khan. Yeah, das ist Khan. The test flight is out there or what? Is it already? Or it's just, Texan tests? They had the fire truck, you saw, yeah. No, they fly. Why it's fluctuating so much, you see? Boom. Is it real image? It's real, but why it's like this up and down? Okay, I thought it's some sort of the malfunction with this. It's not even a stabilizer. It's all like airfoil is moving. It's like elevator, the function of elevator. Zoom. Is it some sort of the automatic takeoff they had? It's the first time I see like those moments. I thought some of the mistake is there, but interesting. Not mistake, but failure, yeah? And still, those things are round at the back. They should be rectangular or something, some sharp forms. And also this top, yeah, the canopy is very high. But it's not that important for the canopy because it's still up and raiders are usually spotting them from below. So this lower part is more important than the upper part to be like this sharp, yeah? To deflect the radio waves sideways, not towards So maybe it's okay to have those kind of the curvy forms on the top. Yeah, then you fly in horizontal flight, it's okay. Yeah, takeoff was interesting. I still don't understand why. What people say about the stabilizer. Yeah, they say something in Turkish. Yeah, yeah. We don't have experts here, probably. Baykar also produces Bayraktars. This thing. Yeah, it's nice. And a kind of big airplane. Drone. Yeah, drone. This is close perspective. Image, close image. Well, this is nice plane. The cockpit is roomy, you see? It ends near the waist somewhere. I don't know. It's very, very big canopy. Gives ultra wide angles for the view. That's interesting. I like those big canopies because in Cold War era, the canopies were very tight like this. If you put, for example, where should I go? If we put like MiG-21, images. Oh, they were flying. Where? What is this? Air Force. Looks like Italy or what? Or Ireland. What is this? What is the country? What is this? India. Fuck. They just put colors upside down. Fly by wire, yeah. So here the canopy was not that big. You see, you had this aiming tool in front. Everything is so. It's not that roomy thing. But I like MiG-29. You know, it looks awesome. It's like a rocket with a very small wings. It's like very. It has nothing. Nothing. That's the extra fuel tank on the top, I guess. I like without this extra fuel tank. Where is it? The initial modifications probably were without this hump, as far as I remember. Maybe I'm mistaken. So yeah, I really like how this airplane looks. Probably I'm blocking the image here. So it's nice. You don't have those kind of the intakes under the wing. Yeah, you have the intake in the front. It's like a narrow, like a rocket, really. Very, very nice plane. MiG-21. And obviously it's burning kerosene as hell. See, 1, 2, 3 fuel tanks for extended flight. Those are those are the bombs, and yeah, it's just the load of the bombs. Still, it flies somewhere. MiG-29. I like it. Not impressed. We need proper spaceship. Large canopy adds visibility. Yeah, Romania made a good MiG-29 modification. I think civilians can buy them. Yeah, civilians may buy some of the fighter jets in the United States. MiGs flying there. Yeah, I saw MiG-17 flying. Also, L-39. They're quite popular. M21 always reminded me the electric lighting. Yeah. Then Israel began flying F4. They added rear view mirrors. In NATO, it was called Flogger. It seems like they name all of the fighter jets of the Soviet Union with letter F. F. Like fighter, yeah. but they put the names flanker, flogger, flapper. So yeah, Turkey really does interesting stuff with their military. At the summit in Egypt, Trump called over Prime Minister of UK, Starmer, greeted him with "Nice to see you here." And Starmer, apparently thinking he was about to give a speech, returned back after a brief moment of confusion. Really?
United Kingdom. Where's United Kingdom? Where's my friend? Where? Come here. Is everything going good? Very good. It's very nice that you're here. These people all came in like 20-minute notice, and I think it's fantastic. And we have so many others, and just so many others.
It's okay, like usual thing. I don't see something. Trump, while meeting with UAE official, they have lots of cash, unlimited cash. Unlimited cash, really? Unlimited cash. By the way, they invested into the Trump's crypto schemes, yeah? Crypto company. $2 billion. Those guys. Or 2 million. Maybe 2 billion. I think 2 billion. Yeah, Tim, you're right. I think 2 billion they invested into the Trump's crypto scams. Scams. I think in his case it's one thing. You can buy more fake gold from Hobby Lobby. Yeah. Felon, yeah. Felon, it's the nickname of the fighter jet, yeah, or what? What is happening? A driver in China died after crashing his Xiaomi electric vehicle, which caught fire. Yeah, that might happen with electrical power supply. Following the power failure, the doors locked. Fuck, doors locked. And rescue attempts failed. Xiaomi shares fell by 9% after this. I cannot show you here how it is burning, but that is what I'm afraid about electrical cars, that you cannot get out, you don't have the physical locks, and you can burn down because of the battery run out. That's cheesy. It's crazy. And he was alive then and burned down like it's Xiaomi. But it may happen, I think, to Tesla, or it used to happen to Tesla before, yeah? Can we check it? It's just interesting. Tesla driver died. Burned. Alive. Let's go on Reddit, maybe. Tesla driver died burning after incident in Germany. Oh, shit. I'm sure it was Reddit Duck error. Isn't very reliable, like German The Sun, maybe. Summer.
New at 10, a husband and father is overcome by heartbreak tonight. Last week, his wife and 12-year-old daughter died in a fiery crash in Santa Clara.
It's just horrible, and now the community is coming together, trying to help this grieving family. Crown 4's Dan Thorne reports.
It's something a parent or spouse never wants to imagine or experience. The heartbreak of losing their partner and their child.
I don't want to forget. I don't ever want to forget. But
Yeah, it's
Still
terrible.
in denial. That's not possible.
Christopher Chambers' wife, Beatty, and their 12-year-old daughter, Elise, died on the afternoon of June 14th. Mom and daughter were on their way to the doctor's office when their Tesla Model Y crashed into a tree and burst into flames. What happened beforehand is a mystery.
So they had an appointment at 2:15. They left around 1:45, which shouldn't have been an issue.
So basically, like every sort of the crash, you have battery underneath, yeah, which is made like foam battery, and if you puncture it just a little, it will start to burn, like blast, and you cannot stop this fire. And also, if there is electrical malfunction and doors have electrical locks, you cannot open them, yeah. Swastika, yeah. Maybe. From Kantofen NBC. Okay, let's check it out. Show why your vehicles on fire during LA protests as company cuts down service. That's just demonstrations, yeah. It's not nothing connected to malfunction. It's some of the. And what are those vehicles? Those are electric vehicles, yeah. Some of the what? Waymo vehicles. I think they're also electrical, yeah. Taxis. Tesla 3, consumers 0. That's really what concerns me about those electrical cars. How they break, how they might break, and apparently one, like, it doesn't matter if it's made in China or made in the United States. The issue could be the same. By the way, Tesla batteries, they're made in China. Yeah. I think like Tesla battery. Look, just look. It consists of multiple of the small cells, yeah? Where I can show you. Like those cells are like batteries, yeah? Small cells. And there are, I think, thousands of them in one single big battery of Tesla. It has some of the controller. And they're made in China also. I think so. I mean, those cells, the Tesla itself.
Battery packs, specifically from Tesla vehicles, either Model 3s, Model Ys, or in this case, we do have some non-plaid, one non-plaid Model S and then 3 Model Xs. We're going to be looking at one of the more intact Model X battery packs today. This is from a 2020 model year vehicle.
Just imagine, like, it catches like one element. It's enough to be punctured, and here we go.
Mainly, we just wanted to talk about this.
Maybe that's why they have like a little protection here.
It's sort of a high level and go into some of the design choices here because we haven't had one in the building to tear down outside of this project, which we got in very recently. And there are quite a few differences between both what we see across different Tesla vehicles as well as. But with that lid, there's
God,
also
so many
something
elements.
that's unique just across any of the BEV packs that we've looked at. They could pull into a station. The pack would automatically have, a robot undo all the fasteners, undeck the battery pack, and replace it with a new fully charged one.
Oh, they wanted to do it, yeah. They wanted to have this idea, like the recharge is, the battery is underneath. You go to some of the recharging station. It is taken out from the car. You have another battery plug in. So basically, you do not own the battery, you like rent it, yeah? You just pay some fee for this recharging capabilities. But it's like, I don't think it's impossible to make elsewhere. You need to build huge infrastructure, those robots or someone pay people to remove your battery and put ones, like it is the variant, yeah? There could be some of the rooms where those batteries could recharge, and then automatically, like, you go somewhere and some of the place, your car may be lifted up, battery removed, next chpomps, and you go. And actually it could be interesting because you pay just for the vehicle without battery. Battery costs a lot and it lasts for, I think, 10 years, yeah, without huge discharge level. It's like an iPhone. I'm using it for 2 years and 86% of the battery life, yeah, from the previous capacity. So battery is not forever. It lasts not for extensive period of time. So changing could be better. So you pay a fee, like you pay for a fuel, and some company, corporation, Tesla, maybe, yeah. If it's about Tesla, they make those robots to recharge, change the battery, not to recharge, change it, yeah. Denys, if sometimes do some videos about politics, I would be glad to hear what your opinion about what happened with Polish plane in 2010. Like, my opinion that unfortunately it was aviation accident based on the proofs provided. I trust proofs, and yeah, basically pilots fucked up. It wasn't assassination as for me. I'm in aviation, so I know then it's pull up, too low, pull up. You need to go around, not to continue approach till there is no evidence that Russia shut down this airplane or something was wrong. Some device or no, it's like the evidence that there was not a single approach, but there were approaches and it was a pilot mistake. It's my opinion. That I don't need to film the video about it. Available in China, but costs high. 200k sounds expensive for a battery, but the average driver spends 5k in year for fuel. Yeah, maybe I spent less because I don't drive that much. Cost per over 10k euros here to fix the batteries for Tesla. My brother had to do it with S model. Yeah, that's a lot. So is it a new like cell elements, the battery elements? They just replace those for 10k? Works still after 30 years. I don't think a Tesla will. My Mazda is going strong. Keep up running and maintain, and I use it till it dies. Yeah. I'm now renting Audi. I like Audi. Like I took it I rent it for several months and I decided to take it in a lease. The same model. Because the proposal was quite juicy. And who knows, maybe if I stay here, I may own it someday. If I paid like maybe 5 or 6 years, they say. But I think I will not stay for that long. Maybe. We'll see. Then it's the first rock band you started listen to. Was a cassette of my father. You may call it a space rock. Yeah, Pink Floyd. I don't like vocalist now because he's supporter, Russian supporter. From what I know. What kind of Audi? It's a Q8. I decided to take. I rented several models, Q5, A5, and Q8. I like Q8. It's diesel, so I decided to take it in a list. It's kind of big one. Pink Floyd, yeah, Pink Floyd. It's awesome, but yeah, it seems like Waters now supports Russia, as far as I remember. They're working on a solid-state batteries, like will not explode, but density is not high as LiPo just yet, but will exceed it. Oh, I see, Greg. Yeah, there should be some of the leap, quantum leap with those battery developments. It seems like we are at the age of something big. to have those small battery elements which may produce lots of the electricity. I read some of the article, but I think it was 2 years ago, and I forgot the names of those elements which are used, materials, but it seems like we're gonna see some of the breakthrough. Okay, nice. Yeah, Audi, I like Audi. It's very comfortable. I took one with a diesel engine for lease, and like in my Opel Astra, which I scrapped here in Switzerland because it was too expensive. Like the car doesn't cost the yearly expenses that I spend for it to maintain. So I scrapped it just like that. I went to recycling center. I paid €100 and say I don't need the car any longer. So it was better for me than do all of this like registration procedures, pay fee, pay taxes, pay you also have to pay taxes, yeah, for the car, road taxes so-called. Also you have to pay insurance, you have to register the car, and I calculated everything, like how much I spent for it and what is the price for the car, and I said I don't need it. So I just scrapped it, like literally scrapped, because I could have sent it to Ukraine back, but there were some of the issues with me crossing the border, and also the car document, like re-registration on the Ukrainian owner. So it was the only variant, sadly. Yeah. How are you progressing in your experience with the happy mushrooms, bro? No, I'm not doing that stuff now. We just discussed this topic on the video, and I say I'll try it someday, but happy mushrooms, not for now. I don't want to have this experience. I'm happy still. I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm losing weight. That's what gives me some dopamine, actually. You're scared? Yeah, I'm scared to fly to the moon, you know. I'm scared, first of all, of being out of control of my body. Maybe if I can puncture my eyes out, you know, you never know. And if you restrain yourself during this period of trip, you can have a very, very bad trip if you're restricted. So I'll try it maybe in a decade. I heard lots of the stories of them. How to we call it muhamor, Amanita muscaria, yeah, not the magic mushroom, like not psilocybin mushroom, but Amanita muscaria. Then people, they just out of control completely, and they jump from windows, they run to the streets, they do different stuff, they bite people, attack relatives, and so on. So yeah, but because their like body is there and your consciousness is there, there are lots of the trip reports and police reports about those things. So no, I'm not gonna try it for now. No, this is not good. No, Amanita muscaria, yeah. Somehow it became so popular in ex-Soviet countries. People started to do microdosing. People started to take macrodosing. Yeah, sometimes macrodosing doesn't go well. And have a trip sitter. Yeah, trip sitter is nice, but whom can I trust? My wife will not be like, she will be shocked if I start to behave some differently. Denys doesn't want to mugshot. Yeah, you see, mugshot in your president a few months ago. Maybe it's like a promotion. You need to start with shop mushrooms in Netherlands. I see. In Netherlands, they sell mushrooms. You know that Amanita muscaria is somehow forbidden in Netherlands. So you can buy psilocybin, but you cannot buy Amanita muscaria. That's crazy. Denys, is your favorite What is your favorite alcohol? I don't drink alcohol now, but yeah, before I drank beer, I think. Most of all, I don't like vodka, even though I drank vodka. In Ukraine it was, now it's changing, now it's different. The Z generation, Z, it changed the rules a little. It is now more profitable or more honorable to go to the gym, to have some of the physical stuff, to do good for your health. It's now moda, we call it moda, so it's now like very, how to say it in English, like it's in a trend. Yeah, it's in a trending good way of living, not alcohol any longer. But then I was in the school age, in 11th grade. Oh my god, everyone was drinking, me too. And then I was in university. People, were growing. Okay, we need to try drinking beer, alcohol, beer. Now it's still out there, but not as much as it was when I was younger. Polish vodka is fire. I already told the story in the stream with how I tried samagon, so it's self-made vodka. Oh shit. I was drunk, like really drunk several of the times. Yeah, it's terrible state. And I don't see anything good to be drunk from this. I was drinking just to be in a company with friends, and it was like, okay, if we meet, let's drink. And thanks God I'm not an alcoholic, because it was occasionally. I think what saved me that I'm more introvert than extrovert, and I didn't like to chill with someone for every day, like maybe once a week or something, but like the personality is different. I know those extroverts who really like to meet with someone every day, companies and blah blah blah. They drink more. Yeah, I understand my comment above was good, that you don't drink that much anymore. Yeah, I don't drink at all now. Because I don't know why, but after some time, especially after I got my appendix surgery in 2017, I obtained the allergy. Obtained allergy on many of the things. I have never had those kind of allergies on ragweed, on sunflowers. In Ukraine, like, luckily there is no ragweed here, or it's absent. In Ukraine, oh my god, it was terrible for me in Ukraine after 2017. Before that, no allergy. And I also developed the allergy to alcohol somehow. Then I drink, my nose is clogging, I start to have some plums, so I cannot drink it. Very, very occasionally. I never drunk in my... Really? Same dude in Ukraine, I had insane allergies. Yeah. There was lots of the ragweed. Like, it's uncontrolled elsewhere. It could be on the backyard. People don't care about it. They don't cut it. Like, bah. I think the same goes for Romania, Bulgaria, and Russia, of course. But in Russia, actually, they have laws to cut the ragweed on private property. Like, if it is growing, you can be fined. In Ukraine, no. You go to jail if you drink, then you fly. Yes. In the United States, I think in Ukraine too, you can go to jail, especially if there are some of the circumstances. I'm 63 and never drink. Yeah? Flores, are you sure? Never ever? I used to have reaction then drinking gin. Oh. Typically 4 bottles of whiskey each year. More than enough, yeah. Yeah. In my biker club, let's say it, aviators, Then I was in Ukraine. I'm still a member, but now I'm mostly saying like I'm a member just in their Signal group. That's it. And other members as well. There are just few people stayed in Ukraine. Maybe 2 or 3. The rest are pilots flying elsewhere. Motorcycle pilots, aviators. Yeah, we had this thing. So only me was not drinking. Yeah. I've seen several pilots get arrested. Yes. Release Epstein files. That's Superfly. Hi. Welcome to Twitch. Yeah, so you see, we are starting from one topic and we are touching many more topics. That's why I like just chatting, we are elsewhere with you discussing everything. Speaking about the life. Denys is secretly Hells Angels member. No. There is we have in Ukraine Hells Angels, but the most developed club is Bandidos compared to Hells Angels. Also Skulls. Yeah, Hells Angels is just not that big one in Ukraine. I know it's big in Europe and in the United States, but in Ukraine it's not that big. We had the club, it was called Silver Bullets, and later on it was like dismissed, and few of the people from that club went to the Hells Angels. But yeah, Bandidos is the biggest one. Bandidos. SpaceX launched today. Oh, nice. Do you know what time? Mostapeka. My ex-girlfriend told me I had a drink problem, but I don't have a problem drinking at all. Yeah, that's the good one, Greg. Aviator, stop seeing that festival in Cherkasy in 2001. Oh, Drunk Drummer. Are you in Ukraine? Yeah, we were at the festivals. Comparably, I think our motorcycle club is bigger even than Hells Angels, for the number of members. I think maybe Hells Angels, they have more prospects in Ukraine than members, but as for the members, I think we have more. It's roughly, how many? I think 17, 17 we had. I'm proud of my cannabis plants. Oh, can you send something? I'll give you my address. SpaceX launch stream in 1 hour and 50 minutes. Oh, maybe we can stream it. We'll see. Now I'm recording the video during the night time. After the stream, I want to record the video on the trash channel about Trump, maybe about this Israel-Palestine ending of the war. And we're gonna search in internet some of the comparisons. Can I launch it? Can ChatGPT pick up my voice here? Are you picking up my voice? Yeah, it's good. So I don't need to type. That's awesome. So today Trump says that he finished the war in Middle East. There is some sort of the peace agreement. Hostages exchange happened. And tell me, is it really the ending of war? Did they sign something? Hamas and Israel. Or it's just one more pit stop in this long conflict? And tell me if there were occasions before like that, maybe with a Yasser Arafat or something. Tell me, about this topic. Yasser Arafat. Yassel, I think. Yassel. Maybe that's how. Stop searching. It needs some time to search. It's good that I have ChatGPT. Sometimes it helps a lot. Oh, you're from Kiev, Drunk Drummer. Awesome. I even talked to you once in the festival. Oh, nice. Cheers. Stopped searching? Hey. The short answer is that looks a lot more like a major ceasefire or hostage or prisoner deal that is definitive final end of war. The deeper answer is more complicated. Let me unpack. Definitive. Okay. What is happening now? Here's what is happening. Hamas released 20 living Israeli hostages that is still held in were still held in Gaza as part of the negotiation ceasefire. In return, Israel released 2,000 Palestinian prisoners. So you see the ratio, yeah? Crazy. 1%, yeah? 1% of. Including some serving long sentences and many detained without charge. Trump, who has been presented as a mediator in the deal, publicly declared that the war is over or ended, calling this moment historic. Yeah, he told like this war continued for hundreds or even thousands of years. A document was signed or endorsed by United States. So there was a document after all. And some original actors, like I'm gonna put it like this, and some original actors in Egypt, Turkey, and Qatar recognizing the ceasefire hostage exchange arrangement and given it certain guarantees. So yes, there is a signaled agreement, or at least a diplomatic document making the ceasefire and exchanges now. Octavian, Героям Slava, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. But signing a ceasefire or exchange doesn't always equate to full peace. It depends heavily on enforcement, yeah. Follow though underlying political issues, control of territory, disarmament, security guarantees, governance, etc. Why many observers are cautious? It's probably a pit stop, not the finish line. There are the main caveats. It's like a hole, yeah? And reasons to believe that a deal might not be the final solution. Ceasefire often breaks down. Israel-Hamas conflict has been many ceasefires and truces, some of which lasted only weeks or months before hostiles flagged again. A deal is only as strong as safeguards, monitoring, and political will to maintain it. Yeah, without like, if something changes, some parties like Qatar changes his policy, some elections in Egypt, or Turkey, yeah, they cannot or may not want to provide those security guarantees which were signed by other politicians. The same for United States, by the way, or Israel. Core issues unresolved. Yeah, like root causes of the conflict. That's what, as I told you, Putin tells. Even though the hostages are released, big issues remain. Who governs Gaza now? Hamas? Does Hamas disarm or at least reduce military capacity? No. Iran just is not that capable to supply them extra reinforcements, extra weaponry. Maybe Russia too. Russia also supplied them weaponry. That's Israel's long-term security stance. What is Israel's long-term security stance? How is recognition and normalization handled? What about rights of return, borders of the West Bank, Jerusalem, etc.? The deeper issues don't vanish automatically. So yeah, that is the main issue. It's not just about Hamas, it's also about Israel behavior too. Such an imbecile two autocrats playing TV show Trump and Netanyahu. Yeah, Netanyahu is under investigation, I think, even in Israel. And if he would be dismissed, if he is dismissed, he would be persecuted by justice system. He's out there. I think like motivation for Netanyahu to continue this war was, or still is, like he gets his point for whatever he does. Yeah, he continued this war and he started all of this bombing because he is in coalition with the forces which want to dismantle Gaza completely, or Palestinian state as project, as no project. They want to vanish it. Those are far rights, let's say, in Israeli parliament. So Netanyahu is in coalition with them, so his destiny depends on them, because if he is kicked out as a prime minister, he would be prosecuted. Now he has this immunity, temporary immunity. So he afraid for his life. He doesn't want to be in the jail. Then that describes why he's crazy himself, an autocrat, and that describes why he behaves like that so brutally, because he's in coalition with those forces, which are also crazy. So it is actually, the violence comes from both of the sides. Of course, it was started even before October 7th. In 7th, it escalated from Hamas and people who supported Hamas, because not just Hamas was involved in this penetration of Israeli border. People there, a lot of people, they support Hamas, I mean Palestinians. But the response of Israel was too shocking for the world. And for average humans, yeah, that they did what Russia does in Ukraine, the dismantling buildings, civilians. So violence comes from both sides here. How is the reconstruction and normalization handled? Okay, what's about the rights? Phased agreement, not final status agreement. From reporting, this current deal is part of a first phase in the border plan. So it's just the first phase, yeah, AP News reported. Subsequent phases may deal with further withdrawals, disarmament, political arrangements, etc. Hamas will not disarm. Yeah, Israel, of course. Why should they? Skepticism from stakeholders. Some Israeli leaders reportedly remain cautious. They are not yet confident that the operational military actions have ceased entirely. Also, for Hamas, agreeing to deal now doesn't mean they accept all the terms in perpetuity, especially under pressure. Historical precedent of reversals. We've seen this conflict in that such treaties and truces can collapse or be severely violated, depending on development on the ground. Historical parallels. There have been similar episodes before. You asked about the occasions before like this. Yes, look at past ceasefires, prisoner swaps, hostages exchanges. Hamas would gradually release hostages. January, well, it's not, it's bigger than January 2025. Temporary ceasefire in Gaza. No, it's not uncomparable with the current events. My judgment, this is a major milestone, but not the definitive end yet. You see, ChatGPT comes up with the good articles. You have even if I would record the video right now, I will read it, point out plans, and refer to this kind of the very nicely written article, I would say. Yeah, you can even publish it with some of the editing. Very nice from ChatGPT. Sometimes I use it for those kind of the purposes. I banned someone. I think my phone fell out of my pocket many times. What? I can even speak Spanish with hillbilly accent. What? I've solved all world conflicts and wars forever. Donald Trump. Yeah. Almost forgot to like the stream. Oh, thank you, Hawk. Mark, we are doing great. Thank you. So yeah, just for clarification, it's not the end of the war that Donald Trump wants to present. It's the ceasefire with hostages exchange, the big milestone on the way to reach the border agreement. And today I from Kate, very nice channel, Kate from Kharkiv. She publishes information in English. She definitely lives in Kharkiv. I found her channel by accident because I watched some of the Jake Bro video where he said about this channel. And she posts very often. And today, I guess she posted... by the way, Tomahawk launchers, we're going to speak about those. What is this? Well, we're going to return to that one. There was the drums thing. It's October 12th, but she reposted or she posted about Vitkov. Vitkov, negotiator, here. Just listen, Trump described Vitkov exactly as I describe him in my videos. There was a Cuban flag, exactly as I describe him. Just listen about Vitkov, what Trump says about him.
Get that one, but I set up a meeting for him to meet with President Putin, thinking it would be a 15 or a 20-minute meeting. Steve had no idea about Russia, had no idea about Putin too much, didn't know too.
You heard it? Once again.
Putin, thinking it would be a 15 or a 20-minute meeting. Steve had no idea about Russia, had no idea about Putin too much.
I think it could be like 15-20 minutes meeting. Steve had no idea about Russia, had no idea about Putin too much. And Donald Trump send this guy for negotiations. Once again.
A 15 or a 20-minute meeting. Steve had no idea about Russia, had no idea about Putin too much, didn't know too much about politics, wasn't that interested. He was really good at real estate.
Literally, he said it himself. He was good at real estate. He didn't know about anything. And that's what that is what all of the pro-Ukrainian channels, reporters told about it. Vitkov is incompetent for this negotiation position. And every time he goes to Russia, he comes back with brainwash from Russia. And Trump changes his rhetorics. Those Russian KGB, FSB guys and Putin himself, they brainwash Vitkov, and Vitkov is coming with those eyes. Oh, we're going to make a business with Russia. Just, push Ukraine to give up territories. Trump said about it today. Jesus. Himself. And I was speaking about it like since Witkov started those negotiations, I guess. I was telling the same stuff, and now we heard from Trump. It is crazy. It is crazy.
But he had that quality that I was looking for, and I didn't see it around in too many ways. And I set up the meeting with Putin, and I called. I said, is Steve finished yet? That was about a half an hour into the meeting. No, sir, he's not. He's still inside. This is in Moscow. I said, well, how's he doing? I don't know, sir. He's still inside. I called up an hour later. Let me speak to Steve. Sir, he's still with Putin. He's with President Putin. I said, wow, that's a long meeting, 1 hour. I called up an hour later, he was still with Putin. 3 hours later, he was still with Putin. 4 hours later, he started to get the word that he was going to be coming out soon. And in 5 hours, he came out. I said, what the hell were you talking about for 5 hours? And he says, just a lot of interesting things. We're talking about a lot of interesting things, including what he went in there for, but you can't talk about it for 5. You can talk about it for a certain period of time, and you know what you're getting. But that's a talent. That's a talent.
That he called it a talent, you know. The guy is incompetent, idiot, and he calls it a talent. To sit in the Putin 5 hours speaking about different things, listening to Putin of how they're gonna make a business, make America great again and Russia too. Jeez. Putin was giving a history lesson. Yeah, I'm sure about it, Hawk. Yeah, I'm 100% sure that he was speaking about history between Russia and Ukraine, that Ukraine was made by Lenin or something, or Austrians, as he says, yeah. Austrian military made Ukraine to oppose a Russian Empire. He's using the word sir that someone said to him, some made up story. Yeah. Putin gave Tucker Carlson type of... Yeah, of course, most of it. Yeah, you guys, you understand what was happening there. Even we understand. Trump said he cannot disclose it, but Trump is funny. He's funny, but at the same time, it is very sad that he is a president of the United States of America. And I think I need to record the video on this channel, on the trash channel, because, you know, history repeats itself. Democratic institutions, they're not working to elect democratic leaders. There is no evaluation of the candidates who get those positions. And it also reflects society. It is not just about Americans. The Germans also did mistake electing Adolf Hitler, for example, democratically in elections. He won fair elections, but he became a dictator. Similar stuff here, yeah. So far, not at this stage, but potentially. Luckily, Donald Trump is not a young person. Otherwise, he would like to stay in politics till the end of his life. Maybe he wants it even now, but his life is not that long. So I hope there will be no such a huge escalation. But he is a dictator, or want to be a dictator. He is psychopath, he is narcissist, and he was elected fairly in those elections. He was not cut by something. There was no gate to stop it. Yeah, like in aviation accidents, incidents, investigations, you always go and check. Okay, how it happened? How was it? A bad training? Was it a bad sleep of the? Why pilot did this mistake, or why it was a technical failure? Yeah, maybe poor design. Like for example, with this Boeing 737 MAX. Yeah, poor design, poor development. Hurry up, market pressure from Airbus to make a competitor with those powerful engines which they put up front. So it's all like a long story of events, yeah? And here we also have this long story of events, but there is no border to stop those kind of the guys who want to be dictators, clearly. Stop them from gaining power. And they use speakers, like many of the speakers, yeah, influencers, they pay them money. Joe Rogan, who else? Dana White, Logan Paul, Jake Paul. You may call them, yeah, but they have lots of the subscribers. Yeah, they are crazy, but they have lots of the subscribers, lots of the followers. They create those kind of the conspiracy theories that attract some of those crazy minds of the people. But apparently there are lots of those crazy minds who voted for this guy. Maybe the previous power was not ideal for people to elect something better, yeah? And in a way, we always looking for something better. But judging on facts, what is happening now in the United States economy, United States international relations, it is worse than it was under the previous administration. Facts are the facts. Everything is going down. And people elected, and MAGA, they are praising their leader, like, whoa, we elected our cult leader, who has nothing to do with Christianity or those values, original values, yeah? Who is a felon, criminal, who Jeffrey Epstein's friend, but still he was elected. He was elected also promising to release Epstein list. Where is it, Donny? Release the files of those pedophiles. So, yeah, that's the biggest problem. It is still out there since democratic institutions were introduced. You see, Orban, yeah, was elected in democratic way. Now he's sabotaging all of the European democracy in the European Union. Trump, democratically elected. Previously were also democratically. So there is no lever, like there is no selection. Some of the tests, like as pilots, yeah, we have responsibility for the passengers in airplane. So to become a pilot, you need to pass the test. Theoretical knowledge, practice, health, tests, all of that, yeah. Also interviews with airline, because they apply their own strict rules. They select best of the best as usual. So it's very hard. If you fly with pilots of maybe United, Emirates, Delta, whatsoever, on a big airplane, make sure that pilot there he passed through lots and lots of the tests to become that responsible for your life. But here, an orange idiot responsible for the life, not of over his country, but for entire world. This guy has nukes. And he was elected just like that. Yeah. He's an idiot. He is a narcissist, psychopath, and still he was elected. He's responsible for the whole planet. His actions influence everyone. Yeah, there is no test, nothing, nothing. Just pay money, bribe, provide your influence by social media, by media, legacy media, like Fox News is after all legacy media, yeah, and push your narratives, and people brainwash them, and they will elect you, like it was in Germany in 30s, yeah, or then this Adolf Hitler was elected. Pam Bondi lost the files, LOL, yeah. So do you agree with me or no? I think there should be something introduced to hold those crazy politicians from there should be like independent test committee, maybe even done by United Nations or whatsoever, to test those idiots, brains of those idiots who want to become, because there is nothing, like people vote for me, I'm the best of the best. Promise bullshit and be elected. And that will drive us to the big war. Incompetence of those idiots. And who elect them? We, us, people. And it's not about Americans. It's also in Ukraine. Before we elected Yanukovych and the same idiots. Yeah, so it's the problem. If it could control the committee, you can pretty much decide who becomes president. It's really risky. Yeah, it should be like international committee, I think. Like international, really doesn't depend on anyone. I think so, but it's maybe we can do it via ChatGPT. I'm optimistic. He seems to be working against Eurosanism. I didn't understand, Jose, what you wrote. I agree. The hard part is what happens then the United States partisanship starts influencing who can be qualified. Yeah. So I still don't know how to do it. Like physically, I don't know how to do it. But those guys I know that pilots, they pass the tests. But those guys who are responsible for way more, they do not pass those tests. They don't have any sort of the brain check or psychometric test, to define whether they're crazy to drive this airplane down to the mountain or not. How to do it? Only, I think, after the big war, we're gonna find out. There could be some of the mechanism established. They again will gather and okay, we're gonna introduce United Nations 2 because the previous one will be destroyed, obviously, like it happened in the Second World War. And with the United Nations 2, we're gonna elect leader because half of the world was nuked because of Donald Trump or someone else or Putin. So no elections are possible, or something like that. We're gonna elect leaders like through ChatGPT to avoid war. I don't know what it could be because people elect sometimes those kind of things. I'm not saying that people should not elect anyone, no, but democracy is not working. If we speak about democracy could be destroyed by itself if the leaders who you elect are not the democratic leaders. Yeah, that's the paradox. He should be fired. You see, he violates everything. He violates absolutely every American law, and he's still out there. He doesn't care about judge decisions. He just goes like a train, boom, boom, boom, providing his own narratives, influence, and will those decrees which are illegal. Ministry of Defense is still ministry, or how to say it, not the ministry, how you call it, department, defense department. It's still defense department, not the war department, department of war. It's just decree. It was not validated by Congress, but they call it department, like Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, and so on. So all of that is a bullshit. But apparently MAGA is out there everywhere, so it's all accepted, as a new normality. If you can't handle criticism, go back to Russia. What? More Ukraine update, Denys. Yeah. GC sooner. Our Congress is just like the Duma. What Putin wants them to do, they do. What Trump wants Congress to do, they do. Much love, Denys. Yeah, I see it. See, Gunnar. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Unfortunately, it's like that, for now. Then there's majority for Republicans, and Republican Party was just poisoned by MAGA virus. Yeah. The press isn't fact-checking him or holding him to be lies. Well, some of the press actually asking him questions he doesn't like, but he calls them sometimes fake news, and he says, no, I not answered CNN questions. He recently refused to answer question from Politico. calling them also fake news. So I want to record, like, what I say to you, I want to structure it normally, and I want to record the video about it on the trash channel, that the democratic institutions are not working. Actually, in Russia, there was also one day, there were democratic institutions, fair elections. Then Putin was elected in 2000. There was a really close fight. So they had to perform the Ryazan sugar operation, FSB, to say to Russians that Putin is only one leader who could stop those Chechen terrorists because they're blowing up your homes. But in fact, Russia was blowing up their own homes, Russian FSB. Now Putin doesn't need to do that stuff any longer because, yeah, he'll be elected anyways. So that's interesting, yeah? Today we speak about lots of the stuff. How do you make a mistake like what then your Navy is so much better than what? Nearly all United States officials, official Navy Day posts used photos showing Russian warships to celebrate 250th. Oh my God! Before Russia used that, those Russian ships. Happy birthday, United States Navy! More Russian warships. Happy birthday! Yeah, it's actually Sevastopol, and they park there for the military parade. It's Sevastopol. Jesus Christ. Yep, Russian. Happy birthday, United States Navy. Patriot Foundation. And this is the Russian ship, yeah? Happy birthday to United States Navy. And this is Moskva, or the Moskva class ship. Russian missile cruiser, yeah. The Moskva, Russia still has one more of this. Today we celebrate the birthday of the United States Navy. Before I saw it only in Russia, how they even put some of the photos from the Second World War with Germans saying that those are Russian soldiers, but those were Germans, or with German airplanes like Stuka or something. Yeah, Drunk Drummer, it's crazy. And they post it all around. How many? 1,000 views. Well, people post that stuff. Maybe, originally it was like generated by Russian bots, put out there in internet. Clash Report even says about it. Jeez. I thought maybe those pictures were created for purpose, They were shared by some of the bots in the internet, and Americans start to share it. Like, okay, we see the ship, American flag, United States Navy, let's share it. And Russia, it's just a laughing, yeah, by Russia, how they might do it. I think it was like that, because who would do it for purpose? Because for sure it's the Russian, it's Sevastopol Bay. So it was put by Russia, I think, initially. Someone put the pictures of the Russian ships, spread, and people like, ooh. Today I saw the video how people in the United States, they couldn't define what is Europe. Like, do you think they may define Russian and American ships? No, I'm not sure. They just share it, that's it. I can't tell the difference. Yeah, Yeah, I also can. I would say I would look at this like I know this. I used to attend those military parades when I was a kid in Sevastopol. That's why I know that this is Sevastopol and those are the Russian ships because they put like this with all of those flags and yeah, I saw it before. That is how I can tell that it is the Russian Ukrainian Sevastopol Bay with the Russian ships. And this is the zoomed in picture of this one. Zoomed in. That's it. So someone did this operation. But here, how can I say that it's the Russian ship? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe submarine looks like Russia on there. So I would maybe tweet. Well, I know this one because it's like Moskva rocket cruiser ship, yeah, flagship. But this, like this, probably, yeah, I would also share it if I like Navy. And so this, it was launched by someone. It's not that all stupid Americans, they're sharing Russian ships. No, it was launched by Russia, those posts. No. Because everyone could share it. Yeah. A lot of good can come down from shutdown. We can get rid of a lot of things that we didn't want. What? Trump has invited Zelensky to visit him in the White House on Friday. Oh, nice. Yeah, I heard about those news before on Telegram, but we'll see. Moscow ship is submarine. Yeah, of course. Oh, Da Vinci Girl, hi. I think you typed something before, yeah. Always, Dennis, I do not really see that Biden or Obama did a better job for Ukraine. In fact, you need Europe, but that Europe really starts to be able, that was not Biden. Yeah, Biden, I also do not say that he did a very great job, but he did more job than Donald Trump. There was direct military help, and I don't know if Donald Trump was a president by the time Russia attacked Ukraine. I think we would have been in a bad situation. At least like that, yeah, with Biden. The Tomahawk missiles will not really help for change unless there are thousands of or 10,000, maybe hundreds will be okay. Up to 1,000 also could change something, yeah. The Russian army will have no impressive failure of Pedro. Yeah, I'm also saying like Da Vinci Girl, it's not gonna be like magic rocket that finishes the war, but it will add like little by little. It adds something to crush Russian economy in a while, but again, it may take years and years. Yeah, I agree here with you. By the way, Da Vinci Girl, I installed plugin you told me, yeah? Bruce Fly, or what's the name of it? I'll tell you now. The filters, Bruce Fry, and I really like how it works. Well, there's still some of the clicks. I think it comes from my tongue, really. Then I speak too much, and it's clacking sometimes, like tiny, and maybe my another audio interface is more, yeah, Bruce Fry. It's nice because probably like I'll silent now. I think you do not hear the sound of my computer any longer, yeah. Like it's silence. But then let's plug it out. Let's plug it out. Plug it out. Now logged in. I think there is the difference. There could be a difference, yeah. I think it is learning how to clear the memory and learn again. I don't know if it is working like that, but it is out there. Huge difference. I can tell. Okay. I see. I guess some tips of me will help you. Oh, thank you, DaVinci Girl. If you know how the best setting, you can share with me on email. Thank you. Yeah, it helps a lot actually to avoid this noise. Well, there is less background noise. Yeah, less background noise, of course. Maybe also you'll hear less of my neighbors. P. Beckett, thank you so much for your generosity, for your great support. Dennis, thank you so much for your work every day. I watch your videos every day. Greets from the Netherlands. Slava Ukraini, Героям Slava. Pip, thank you so much. Greetings to awesome Netherlands. Awesome country you have. By the way, about Netherlands, today I read on Telegram, maybe I can find it here. Power. Maybe I'll like this. Today, here. The Netherlands is preparing for rolling blackouts this winter, local media. The country is experiencing an overload of the energy system. Network operations and the government also urge reducing electricity consumption. So, yeah. Yeah, I read this article like 6 hours ago on the Ukrainian media was published. So this winter there could be some power outages, blackouts in Netherlands. I was surprised. Should they be called Netherlandians? No, they're Dutch. They're Dutch. They have standard flag scheme, yeah, white, red, and blue. But they have their own separate color. It's orange. They are Dutch. They live in Netherlands, but it's also Holland, yeah. But Holland, I think it's not all of the Netherlands. Well, I'm quite confused about that country, but I know it's good. Does it have anything to do with undersea cables? I'm not sure. They say countries experience an overload. Do they have nuclear power stations? Southern Netherlands is Holland. Oh, okay. Because we call it Holland mostly. Голландия. The Hollandia. Holland we call it. Голландия. Lewd production is done by children and in gulags for Uyghurs. Yeah, that makes them cheap. Ah. So you do not recommend me using this microphone, yeah? This lewd microphone. I paid a lot for it. I didn't know about the children. And it's not cheap. It's freaking $3,000. I like how it sounds. No, I do not. Denys is talking about mics now. Yeah, it's like we have Da Vinci girl. She's professional musician, and she knows lots of the stuff about gear, about music, and about everything. Quality additional is poor. You mean Lyud quality is poor? Like I've watched so many videos about this mic. That's why I decided to buy it, because it's awesome, and I like how it sounds. It was proposed, by the way, by one of my subscribers. He wanted me to try it out. He wanted me went live on Specs. Sorry, yeah, I have to go live. Where is? We don't need Madagascar. We need space. Where is SpaceX? Space X. You live in Netherlands. SpaceX. Why SpaceX and SpaceX? Those kids know their stuff. They don't have live here. They should go live. Oh, they're live. Yes, they did offer me paid review, and I sent them back and denied. Oh, Da Vinci girl, I see. The company is located in Austria. I thought that... So they use China components there? Yeah? I thought they made everything in Austria. Like most of the stuff, at least capsules. Do you know if capsule is China also? Because capsule is nice. So what mic do you recommend? I like Lawton Audio also. But I already bought Lyud for such huge sum of money. I don't want to change it. I thought it's like investment, but you say it's not a good quality, huh? Or no? I really like how it sounds. I'm Romanian from Constanze, but live in Germany. Oh, I see, Da Vinci. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving for you and your family. Oh, Oblithin, to you as well. And everyone in the chat. Yeah, guys. We have a Canadian Thanksgiving. Awesome. Piano time, yeah. We are in the Mars already. We're looking at the Mars. Did you like Battlefield 6? On the second day, I liked it. I didn't like it on the first day. Oh, Astro, greetings. Because I didn't understand multiplayer. At the first day, it was too chaotic. Also what? Also, the campaign was initially not so good. I didn't like the missions initially. But Tajikistan mission at the end of the campaign, it was so great. It was one of the best shooter missions I have ever played. So yeah, I like. In general, this adds a lot to my impression about the game. So now I would put it 7 out of 10. Let's say like that. Before I...
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Starbase, Texas,
would have been
for the
possible.
11th flight test of the world's largest and most powerful reusable rocket, Starship. Today's flight marks our second reuse of a Super Heavy booster and what's expected to be the final launch of our second-generation vehicle. I'm Amanda Lee, a build reliability engineer here at SpaceX.
And I'm Jake Berkowitz, a lead propulsion engineer on our SpaceX Raptor team. Today, we're coming to you live from Star Factory, just under 2 miles away from the rocket on the pad. Right outside on the lawn, the crowd is starting to gather, and after liftoff, we expect that
maybe I should
to head back
lower
in to watch
myself
the rest of the
here.
launch with us and have a party.
Like
and
this.
right behind us are 3 generations of Raptor engines, the third of which we're looking to debut on the next generation of Starship. And we'll talk a little bit more about that
Maybe
upgraded
even
rocket
like
later
this.
in the program.
Yeah, and if you watched Flight 10, you'll know it
Like
was
this.
a really, really good day for Starship.
Wow.
All objectives were met, and we got
A
tons
fog
of
or
great
foam,
data
or
to
what
learn
is that?
from. And today,
Liquid
we're looking
azot.
to build on the success of that flight.
Yeah, that's right. Like in Flight 10,
See you,
we're
Da Vinci
again
girl.
planning to deploy Starlink simulator satellites as well as test the limits of ship's heat shield during reentry. A controlled descent, flip maneuver, and soft splash in the Indian Ocean are also planned for ship. And hopefully, our recovery team will be able to deliver some more of those amazing views that we got back on Flight 10.
Yeah, those views are just awesome. Another crazy thing, and for those of you keeping track, today actually marks the 1-year anniversary of our historic first ever booster catch. That was Booster 12. And even though we're not attempting a catch today, every time we launch a Starship, it's a big day. All right, so everyone, buckle up because maximum excitement is guaranteed.
All right.
And Dan Hewitt joins us from over near Mission Control. Dan, how are things looking for launch today?
Hey, Jake. Hey, Amanda. Hey, everybody. We are looking great. I'm Dan Hewitt with SpaceX Communications. That's right. Right behind me is our launch control.
They also have this clucking sounds. Yeah, you heard? Their microphones are sensitive.
Super heavy, ready for liftoff. So as you could tell, when we look at the vehicle, prop load is underway.
So I have this also sometimes.
We did shift our T0 a little bit. We're tracking to 6:23 p.m. Central Time, just a couple minutes into our window. All right, so as we noted, back in August, Flight 10, it did all the things. Did all the things we wanted it to do. Started off with super heavy, those 33 Raptor engines igniting and lifting off right at the top of its window at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. It was able to do a successful ascent, followed that up with hot staging, Starship's upper stage igniting those 6 Raptor engines, separating super heavy, making its way back down. We saw the hot stage pop off. It then completed its boost back burn, put it on the course towards that splashdown zone. It successfully did that landing burn when we intentionally disabled one of those 3 center engines. During the final phase of that, used a backup engine, entered into its final hover, shut down the engines, and then splashed down into the water. Ship, meanwhile, completed full duration ascent burn, got to its planned velocity, successfully put it on that suborbital trajectory, and then it was on to the in-space stuff. That first in-space objective was completed.
We watched it with you.
Simulators were deployed. That was the first successful payload demonstration we've ever had from Starship.
Yeah,
we
saw
simulators, similar in size to the V3 Starlinks that we're going to be launching next year to add significant capacity and capability to the network. Then it was on to our second ever in-space relight of a Raptor engine. That's a key capability for when we're going to do deorbit burns on future orbital missions, and then when we're doing deep space maneuvers. Then on to the critical reentry phase, we're able to get data on the performance of that heat shield, the ship structure, push the envelope on it, using the flaps, got it down to the splashdown zone, did the landing flip, did the landing burn. Killer views from the recovery team, soft splashdown over in the Indian Ocean. We were just about 3
stayed for this one.
Of our target, so pretty much nailed it. It was a huge day, tons of excitement here at Starbase. Just a reminder that this is still the early days. I mean, we're on flight 11 today. There's a lot more we're going to do.
Give me 50 billion and I'll make myself look like a freaking hero.
Start sending missions to the moon and Mars. I mean, we've got thousands of launches to come. But for now, we're looking good for launch. Toss it back down to Amanda and Jake.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan. Starship is the first orbital launch vehicle engineered to be fully reusable, just like a commercial airliner. In fact, to the end, we're actually
She has a nice voice. I said it the last time, and I say it again. Her voice is fantastic.
So let's just start with how powerful this rocket really is. When you stack Starship up against one of the world's biggest airplanes, the 747, a single Raptor engine is actually double the thrust of all 4 airplane engines put together. So that means the Super Heavy over on the pad right now, with its 33 Raptors, is equal to the power of about 64 747s.
Yeah, that's just crazy, Amanda.
Hey,
the
Ozzy.
power this rocket generates is incredible. To be specific, it's over 16.7 million pounds of thrust. Numbers almost incomprehensible, but it's just crazy. All right, to break it down, Starship is made of 2 parts.
Colin
First is the
Robertson
Super Heavy
in
booster,
recommendations,
which is powered by 33 of
I'll
those
watch
Raptor
it, Steve.
engines that run on liquid methane and liquid oxygen. And second is the Starship upper stage, powered by 6 Raptor engines. 3 are optimized for sea level performance, and 3 are for vacuum performance with that larger nozzle extension. All right, and it's the Starship's second stage that will one day carry
her
cargo,
voice is so
payloads,
nice.
and people all the way to Mars and beyond.
She should be some of the voice
The Super
actor.
Heavy booster is designed to launch, separate,
It's
flip,
so
and
pleasant.
return to the launch site where it can be caught by the chopsticks on the launch tower. However, as previously noted, we won't be attempting one of those catches today. Starship, on the other hand, re-enters the Earth's atmosphere at the conclusion of its mission, steering itself to a vertical landing or catch. And both stages are designed to return to Earth and fly again.
Who is this woman?
making
I
this
don't
the
know.
first rocket
Some of
in
the
history that will
employee
be
there.
fully reusable.
Yeah, and we cannot
Also
forget
speaker
that between the two
for those
vehicles
launchers.
is the hot stage ring, a structure made of steel that allows the ship's engines to ignite while still attached to the booster, enabling a faster and more efficient stage separation. Right now, that hot stage ring is single use, but in the future, it will be built in directly to the V3 booster forward end.
And finally, the infrastructure built to support Starship is referred to as Stage 0. This includes the launch pads, tank farm, and the launch towers, which hold the chopsticks that catch the Super Heavy booster and eventually will also catch the ship.
Yeah, and to get us ready for launch today, we recently conducted another static test fire, basically where we fire up the engines to mimic a launch without actually launching. We're seeing the booster on the screen right now. It's a crucial milestone to let us know we're ready to go. And then here we're seeing ship. We did this for the second time on a retrofitted mount on pad 1.
So they're testing the engines before launch.
Burn on all 6 engines.
Wow.
We should also note that today's launch on pad 1 is intended to be the last launch on
Nice
this
weather.
pad in this configuration.
Cumulus
As we
clouds.
head
Could be
into the
raining,
next
by the way.
generation Starship flight test program, we'll be modifying pad 1 to meet the demands of our future missions.
Yeah, and among many other things, we're installing a new orbital launch mount, a new flame trench system, and upgrading the chopsticks for future catches. So until that's complete, we'll be running operations from pad 2, which will be coming online very soon.
I didn't understand it.
All right, let's go over to Hawthorne, where Tyler is ready to talk a little Starlink.
Thank you, Jake and Amanda. My name is Tyler Lionquist, and I'm a Starlink business analyst here at SpaceX. Starlink is SpaceX's low Earth orbit
different
high-speed
eyes,
internet
yeah?
that's bringing connectivity both on Earth and
Interesting.
in space. So Starship is outfitted again today with 4 Starlink terminals, powering those incredible live shots of ship in orbit, through re-entry, and then all the way down to splashdown in the Indian Ocean. Now, we've had a couple of recent milestones that are worth celebrating. Back in September, we launched Starlink for its 300th time. And this summer, we surpassed 7 million active customers with service available across 150 countries and territories. We've come a really long way since turning on service for our first paying customer in rural Idaho 5 years ago, back in October of 2020.
No, it's okay. Like people may have different eyes.
I'm Wendy Lair. I live in Sandpoint, Idaho, and we are the
my friend has different eyes. My mate.
The minute they turned it on.
He has one eye blue and the other one light dark, like brown, light brown.
I changed jobs earlier this year, so now I actually have the ability to work remote.
Here's my house. Program runs on the cloud. I can send anything I want out to get prices.
Yeah, it's awesome. Starlink is awesome.
To research recipes and try new things.
Good day, go for a walk.
Good day for a walk.
We can live very rural, and yet we are connected to anybody like in the city.
And I'm happy to report that Wendy and Sean are still Starlink customers today. So in just over 5 years, we've added dedicated services for aviation, maritime, RVs, and rail, and have expanded our emergency response capabilities. We've activated high-quality internet for millions of people, including those that live in some of the most remote places on Earth. Starlink is enabling rural school districts, counties, and tribal governments to offer online access to education, telemedicine, and many other critical services, in some cases for the first time ever. And yet, a third of the planet continues to go without access to reliable high-speed internet. So there's a lot more work for us to do.
They show those homes.
But
Looks
Starlink
like
was
Switzerland.
designed from the very beginning to meet these needs. And as each new version of Starlink comes online, the constellation's capacity and performance increases significantly. The larger V3 satellites that will deploy from Starship will bring gigabit connectivity to users and are designed to add 60 terabits per second of downlink capacity to the Starlink network. That's more than 20 times the capacity added with every V2 mini launch on the Falcon 9. And then on the cellular front, last month, SpaceX announced a deal that provides Starlink with exclusive spectrum for its next generation direct-to-cell satellites, which will be capable of providing broadband service to cell phones globally. Starlink is the largest 4G coverage provider on Earth. Over 7 million people across 5 continents already rely on Starlink to connect their LTE phones to data, voice, video, and messaging, where terrestrial service is unavailable. So we're excited to have the opportunity to help close those coverage gaps
made it so much nicer being out there.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot happening with Starlink.
Starlink
and there's
is
a
awesome.
lot more to come.
I agree.
So
I
Let's head back to Amanda
I
and
don't
Jake
like
at
Elon,
Starbase
but I
to take
like
us through
his
today's flight
products.
profile.
Thank you so
Starlink
much, Tyler.
especially.
So today's float profile, we're looking to get our second re-entry with
Starlink
this
is
iteration
just-
of ship. And prior to every launch, we work closely with the FAA and international air traffic organizations to efficiently and safely integrate launch and re-entry operations into the airspace.
And we've got a special
Little
guest
visitor
here.
today.
We're live.
What's up, guys?
How's it going? Good to see you, boss.
Hi.
Hey. How's work going?
Good. We're live right now.
What the?
Yeah. Getting ready for Flight
Wanna say
11. How are you feeling for it?
Good. This is the first time that I'm going to be actually outside standing and watching the rocket. Because normally I'm in mission control and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
But now I'll be standing out in the garden there.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
it's really going to be much more visceral.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna feel
Great
it.
place
It's
to
gonna be.
watch.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be awesome. We'll be in here this time, but usually we're out there watching. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Good luck.
Later.
And have fun.
Have fun.
All right, so that was an exciting cameo there. But yeah, starting with liftoff, we'll get into the flight profile here.
shit.
Super Heavy will ignite 33 engines,
So
24 of which are
he came
flight
like,
proven
"Oh, oh."
today. We'll power
He's a
through ascent ahead of
goofy
hot
guy,
stage
goofy guy.
separation, where booster will shut down all but 3 engines. Stage 2 lights his Raptor engines while still attached to Super Heavy. That is what we call hot stage separation. We'll see a directional booster flip and engine
Talking about
relight
elephant
for
in the
boost
room.
back. And we'll be intentionally headed to a splashdown in the Gulf with a V3 style
So
landing
putting
burn
more up
demonstration today.
here is not the way to
Meanwhile,
go.
ship will continue with
Yeah.
its ascent burn to a suborbital trajectory, where it will attempt to deploy 8 Starlink simulator satellites. And we're also planning to relay a
Simulator
single Raptor
satellites?
engine.
Oh.
Then it's time for re-entry, where we're once again testing
Oh,
the
it's
limits
Australia,
of
was
Starship
it? You
sea
say
shield
it's
by
far?
intentionally
No, it's
removing
close. You
tiles.
see?
The ship will also perform
You
a
should
pretty
take an
dynamic
umbrella,
banking maneuver that mimics
just in
the path
case.
of a return to launch site for catch that will fly on a future mission. And if all that goes as planned, we'll conclude the test with
Exactly
a landing
what
flip,
you
burn,
wanted.
and soft water splashdown in the Indian Ocean. So definitely another action-packed flight profile, Dan.
I wonder what those boss in high on today, Max.
It's planned
are
to be
playing.
the final launch of this
Yeah.
version of Starship, version number 2. Right now, we're actively building multiple next-generation V3 Starship and Super Heavy vehicles in the factory, kind of right behind us. So let's take a minute and nerd out a little bit.
I have
All right.
fibers.
So it's going to be
since a
launching
month
from
for the
Pad
first
2,
time.
which
It's
is
nice.
nearing completion down here at Starbase. Both the pad and the vehicles are going to roll in really significant changes. This is building on everything we've learned from all of these flight tests to make a vehicle that we're
Oh,
looking
so
to
many
mass
engines.
produce. Starting with the Starship upper
Well,
stage,
last
which is going to
time
look pretty
we
similar on the
had to
outside.
deck
It's
to
getting
avoid this
pretty much a
rubbish.
complete overhaul under the hood. We're getting major design changes to its propulsion system that's going to accommodate that new version of
So-
Raptor.
oh,
which
thank
puts
you
out
for the
higher
tip,
thrust.
John.
We're also getting an energy storage upgrades, tons of avionics changes.
By the way, it's my first donation via Stream Elements. Thank you for $1.
Notable thing you'll start seeing on the outside are
I
these
wonder
new
if we'll
docking
see it
adapters,
on
which we'll
donations.
use when we bring
Was
2
it here?
Starships together for propellant transfer. That's a core capability of Starship that we're going to demonstrate next year. Bottom line, though, this is the Starship we're planning to use for all of our next
I grew
major
up watching the
milestones.
space
Orbital
program, NASA
missions,
guys.
return to launch site and catch, reuse,
We're my
propellant
heroes.
transfer, and then making our way to the
Not
moon
just
and
the
Mars.
astronauts.
Now, Super Heavy. We've shown some of this off, some of this
Yeah,
hardware
yeah,
already
yeah, it's
coming out of
awesome.
the factory. It has upgrades like this, a redesigned fuel transfer tube.
That's why
That
you have
thing's
this
roughly the
nickname,
same
yeah,
size
Astro.
as the first stage of a Falcon 9 rocket that channels all that cryogenic fuel down to Super Heavy's 33 engines.
Wow.
We made it bigger. It's basically a rocket inside of our rocket that
Rocket
gives us
inside
a
the
faster,
rocket.
more reliable flip and simultaneous engine startup. New booster also going to have an integrated hot stage, a lot more vent area, and it's designed to be fully reusable. Pressure from those engine plumes gets vented out, mostly offset just by the pressure in the fuel tank. That is the top of the fuel tank. And then we add a non-structural layer of steel on the top that
No.
helps take all the heating. It's
Steel
mapped
is
to where all the high
heavy.
heating goes.
No?
Grid fins also getting a big change, going from 4 down to 3. They're 50% larger, though, much higher strength. They're also going to get used for vehicle lift and catch. That's all made possible. There's a new catch point addition on those grid fins. We've also kind of reclocked their position on the booster that aligns them with the catch arms.
Well, the
We got
welding
right in the
could
middle
have
there.
been
All right,
done
and then powering
better.
it all, Raptor 3. Looks radically different, just straight up radical. Tons of major changes. It's coming in higher thrust, dramatic reduction in parts. Tons of control mechanisms moved inside. Our McGregor teams built some additional stands like this one, which essentially is the bottom of a Super Heavy booster. Lets us do gimbal or steering tests. So that's been really exciting to see. We've also been getting vacuum versions of Raptor 3 into test. The first
Vacuum
flight
version.
engines are already in production and are about to start
Rocket nerd talk,
acceptance testing for Flight 12. So a lot of exciting changes coming, and we're getting ready to mass
Yeah,
produce
Windows 10
everything,
is out.
including one of the really key contributors to that rapid reusability, the heat shield tiles. Let's move over to
Sadly.
Tyler real quick in Hawthorne, who's got a really cool look at what's happening with tiles in Florida.
Thank you, Dan. Indeed, Starship's heat shield is the linchpin to full and rapid reusability. We can't launch, land, refuel, and launch again if we have to spend months refurbishing the heat shield after every launch, like they did in the Space Shuttle program. So, in a future where Starship is flying several times a day, many, many thousands of heat shield tiles will be required. So yeah, we need to get cooking on those tiles, which is exactly what's happening inside the fully automated bakery down at the Cape. In just 3 years, tile production at the bakery has surpassed the total number
Bakery.
of tiles produced during the 30 years of the shuttle program. To go from the raw material to a finished tile, it takes about 40
Optic,
hours.
thank you so much for
And today,
super
the
chat
bakery
support.
is producing about 1,000 tiles a day. But it's set up to produce enough tiles for 10 ships per month, which is
I'm gonna
about
still keep it?
7,000 tiles
Yeah,
a day, or
interesting.
a tile off the line every 13 seconds.
Windows 10.
So yeah, the bakery is well on its way to providing Starship with all the tiles for missions to Mars and beyond. And for today's flight, we've made a modification to the heat shield tiles. Dan, do you mind filling us in on what's being referred to as the Crunchwrap tile?
Absolutely. I always love to get to do a little show and tell. So we've got
Oh.
thousands of these heat shield tiles
They
covering
look light.
Starship. Now they're kind of all next to each other. There's a small gap in between all of them. You got to leave a
Mhm.
little bit of space as that metal underneath will expand and contract. That way they don't crunch
Oh.
into each other and start breaking.
Those biscuits
However,
don't look
that
tasty.
lets some of that plasma kind of seep through, and we see really high heating on the sides and then down on the metal. To help fix that, we have this, the crunch wrap that
Oh.
everyone has heard about. So we take essentially that's called Vulcan felt that we then wrap around. And so as these tiles are next to each other, you've got a small bit in between that's going to help offset
Isolation,
that heating. So
like
it's one
in
of
a
the ways
house.
we're
Can
continuing
I
to
use it
iterate
for a
on this
house?
heat shield, getting towards rapid reusability. Hopefully it's going to help Starship live Moss. You know, everything is just going to get us to that end state of a fully and rapidly reusable vehicle.
Super.
So
No clue
pretty
what
much the
they're
entire vehicle
saying.
has those on it today. We've done this
To
on
me,
multiple
it's blah, blah,
Starships
blah.
previously.
Yeah, floors.
But this time, pretty
It's
much the whole
like the
vehicle has
skin
it,
of
so that was
the
special
missile.
for today.
Yeah, missile.
All right, enough heat shield tiles. Let's go quick check-in on the
Rocket.
pad. So if you did notice, we did shift our T0 just a little bit. We're now counting down to 6:23 and 41 seconds Central Time. We shifted a little bit as we were working to finish
still 9
clearing the
minutes to
range.
go. Good, we have
are
the count.
monitoring sea and airspace.
I think
both
I'm
here
gonna
over the
move
Gulf
me
and
a
in
little
our
up here.
splashdown location over on the Indian Ocean. We were working
Indian
with the FAA,
Ocean.
a lot of other international agencies to coordinate all of this. Good news, range is currently green. We're able to get everything out
Rain
of the way
green.
that we are tracking in the Gulf. So weather status, I don't even really need to do. Not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful day. No probability of violation for launch at this point. We're not currently tracking any issues
Still
on the
not
vehicle
impressed.
or the pad. You can see our
Why?
fill levels are getting up
That
there.
came from
We're
the
almost
shuttle
completely
program.
done with
Yeah,
our
yeah, yeah.
propellant loading.
It's all came from shuttle.
We've gone
Those
through all of our checkouts so far this
parts.
morning, aligning our guidance, navigation, and control system, getting the vehicles ready for prop load, the farm. Everything has gone pretty
8
smoothly so
minutes,
far.
9 minutes
We got
to
through
go,
our
yeah.
go, no go for prop load. That happens at T-minus 1 hour and 15 minutes. We've been loading
Wind
fuel
13
and
miles
locks
per
on board
hour.
the ship since
That's
about
okay.
53 minutes before launch. Boosters started just about 10 minutes after that.
I bet it explodes.
We
No,
continue
no, no, no,
loading
no, no.
prop
It
until
will-
just around 3 minutes
I don't
before
remember the
liftoff.
last time it
And
exploded.
then at that point, we'll be
Dennis,
ready
what
to
do you
go.
like
So,
more?
bottom line at the
777?
moment, we're
No,
looking
747,
real
of
good.
course.
Again, 6:23 and 41
Yeah,
seconds.
gonna reduce blah blah blah. Just gonna talk to you guys because they're just speaking about the stuff. Oh no. I like listen to your voice.
Are all about the data.
Oh,
Data
it's so
helps us build
satisfying.
and fly faster until we're eventually ready to fly people and cargo at scale to Mars. That is our foundational mission and basically just the major inspiration for our work here every day.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, fuck the best voice ever. I want her to be like some of the voiceover for female actors, characters in the games or in the anime. She's so nice in dubbing. Yeah, good odds with playing. The talk baking a lox makes me hungry. So they want really to go to Mars someday. LOL, yeah. So one more launch. I think, from what I understood, they want to launch simulated transmitters for Starlink. Simulated. It means that they are not real. Denys hears the world by his ears. I'm like him. Yeah. Recently, like 4 days or 5 days ago, I got some of the infection of my ear, and there was this sound like this, very high frequency, and it was clogged partially. And I thought, okay, I need to go to doctor if it continues. And after 1 day, it went off. I didn't do anything like with it. It just went off. But it was annoying. Then your ear is clogged and there is the sound like very high frequency, like mosquito. I think it will not explode. Why are you so pessimistic about it? Or you think it's optimistic? 8,000 Starlinks satellites have been launched so far. Yeah, team. I think if they want to launch something new, as they say, they want to launch better satellites, I think they need to get rid of the old ones. I think that we need to launch some of the satellite scrambler which will collect all of this rubbish in the orbit. Otherwise there will be no space for the new satellites. After all, the space is big, but I think they should get rid of space junk, so-called. Wearing headset, a lot might be related to ear pain. You think so? Throat. But I have a very comfortable headset. And why it happened just on one ear? They're already falling down. There should be up. There's only 5 years. Yeah, they have the tests. 5 minutes to go. Awesome. Wearing headset a lot. But this is very comfortable. This Audio Technica. I don't remember those letters, but it's 50 something. I really like how it sounds. Well, maybe I should buy some better headset. I don't know. But this one is good. I had the pain in one of the ears, might be unrelated. Headset keep moisture in. Maybe I should put there some bags with those tiny little moist accumulators, which we received, and then we unpack the things. So put it there and to get the moisture down. I don't like the cushions here. I ordered them actually. They are not from original headset, because original headset, it has a very tiny cushions and they put ears to the skull and you cannot stay like that forever. So I ordered the custom and now my ear is inside those, I don't know how to call them, cushions. Please don't. So it's comfortable and it's made out of leather. This material is long lasting, so it's very nice. But still, for Kalbatis is more comfortable. Of course, it's wow. I listen to you with both quiet comfort earphones and used as earmuffs on the tractor. Oh, nice. I use both for aviation. It's my headset. Regarding of launch, a satellite that collects the rubbish of the orbit, it's impossible. They more than high speeds. I see. The main problem, then the piece is around 1.5 centimeters. No, I mean satellites at least. Yeah, the satellites that we do not use, because sometimes they are just downed to Earth, to the ocean, like Russian Mir space station was downed. Some of the satellites also sometimes down, but if you don't have the control engines in those satellites, So, for example, SpaceX, you just place them, in the space. You cannot control their direction. Direction is settled just from the rocket. I think that you still can collect those satellites. I think if you can plug into the station, International Space Station, I think you can also have some sort of the arm to collect satellites, which we are not using. Maybe. Yeah, the small objects like 5 centimeter, I understand. It's very hard to identify it. But the big things, I think it's possible to collect. That you get the United States government is paying for all this law. Yeah. They could hit Moscow. With this missile, you could hit Mars or anything. Yeah. A rocket. I agree, but unless we can travel to habitated planets that block radiation, it is pointless. You are speaking, yeah. Oh, 1 minute to go.
1 minute to go.
Let's put in some volume.
As a reminder, we can hold at T-minus 40. We're not planning to.
So, tell if the launch is successful or not, guys. I think it will be successful.
All right. We're through T-minus 40. Let's listen in. Flight Director Ty Huntington back in the seat. Take us through the final
Flight
seconds
Directors, go for launch.
Okay, we have the countdown below. Drone footage. Nice.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Starring.
We have liftoff. Go Super Heavy. Go Starship. Thanks for all the historic flights, Pad 1.
Eagles pitching downrange.
Nice.
Booster Raptor chamber pressure nominal.
This is impressive. I can hear the vibration of the table or something.
Booster and ship nominal power and telemetry.
All right, we are about 45 seconds into flight. We're still getting the rattle here at Star Factory. We are seeing 33 out of 33 Raptor engines lit on Super Heavy as it arcs across the Gulf. Coming up next on Max Q.
Max Q is the max pressure. Reached. Okay, max load. And it's fine. It's fine.
Max Q.
So at this point, we've passed through that period of maximum
I think I should move
aerodynamic
myself.
pressure. The next thing we're looking forward to is going to be hot staging. So we've got 33 out of 33 Raptors lit. Super Heavy makes its way uphill. Hot staging is going to be coming up in just a little over a minute. At that point, we're going to see all but 3
It's
of those
lagging a
Raptor
little.
engines on Super Heavy shut down. Our version of Miko. Most engines cut
Miko?
off instead of main engine. And then after that, we're going to release the clamps that are currently holding Starship
kilometers?
to that
No.
hot stage adapter. It's then going to ignite its 6 Raptor engines to push it away from Super Heavy and then start making its flight uphill. So in
Nice.
about 30 seconds, we're going to see the engines start to shut down on Super Heavy. You'll see them kind of shut off in separate banks until we've just got those 3 center engines that never stop running for this process, and then looking for 6 ship Raptors. All right. Miko coming up in about 10 seconds.
I'm surprised that not million people watching. A little less.
See
700,000.
the engines throttling down.
Booster engine cutoff. Ship ignition.
No, they launched the engine. Okay. It's
Stage
off.
separation. Boost back burn startup.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right, successful hot staging maneuver. So we've got 12 of the 13 engines lit back up on boosters, so it's doing its boost back. Real excitingly,
Ship
though,
chamber
we've
pressure's
got 6
nominal.
out of 6 Raptors lit on ship there, so it's now going to continue to make its ascent into outer space. Meanwhile, this boost back is happening. We're using those 13 engines, so everything, well, 12 out of the 13, and then we go down to 3, and then we're going to shut down for the end of boost back. That's sending Super Heavy back towards its planned splashdown zone in the Gulf. Right after we finish this boost back burn, we're also going to separate the hot stage. This will be the final time
Okay.
Boost back
that
burn
we're
shutdown.
doing this. Is all right, there's the end of the boost back burn.
Yeah, it's crazy that humans
Should
can
be
do
seeing the
this
hot
stuff.
stage. There-
Oh, little slugging.
So the hot stage separates. It's going to make its way down, also splash down in the Gulf. In the meantime, though, these 6 ship Raptors are going to continue firing for about 5 more minutes.
Soon it's gonna be
Next up
super
for the
heavy
booster,
landing.
though, is going to be its landing burn. There's a cool tracking shot. We
Oh.
dumped some of the prop out on our way back in.
It's falling down.
All right, so for booster, this is one of the main things we're trying to get is going to be this landing burn. Oh, that's so you can see the hot stage kind of making its way towards the left side. So that's the bottom of the booster. It's about to pass
Oh.
right in front of where you can see some of that prop dump happening.
Yeah.
They look like they're close together, but there's a good amount of distance between them, and the hot stage will go down and splash down in the Gulf while the booster comes back for its landing burn.
Starship is on nominal trajectory.
Getting
All right.
close to
Looking good on
Australia.
our trajectory, looking good on
Aussie.
everything. Jake and Amanda, you guys with me down there?
Yeah, definitely. The crowd is gathering over here in the office. You can definitely feel the energy in here. Great to see that booster is making its way down to the splashdown zone in the Gulf.
Yeah, the shaking down
She
here
just
was
called it golf.
absolutely nuts. The windows are still there, still intact.
Not Gulf of
So,
America, just
that was
Gulf.
pretty awesome.
In the Gulf.
But yeah, booster's coming down. We're at about 30 kilometers.
And there was the silence.
All right, yeah, and as we approach
She's nice.
that landing, just like tower catches, we will be doing a 13-engine landing burn to slow down. This time it will be in a V3 configuration. And as we're starting to get into the denser part of the atmosphere, the booster is using 4 hypersonic grid fins to guide itself through atmospheric entry towards its landing site.
And we're just
Ship
about
chamber
20
pressure's
seconds
nominal.
away
Nominal.
from landing burn start, where we'll first ignite the center 13 engines, then bring that down to 5 to slow down the booster for landing. And finally, that will come down to 3, and we'll cut all of them off while we're still about 200 meters in the air. So booster is gonna see a bit of a...
No.
Booster landing burn startup. Booster landing burn shutdown.
And there we heard it, booster landing burn shutdown. We saw a 13 to 5 to 3
Oh, my.
V3 demonstration, and into the water we go. Wow, that was absolutely awesome. If you can even hear us right now, congrats to the whole SpaceX team. So far, so good for today. That was incredible.
All right, great stuff, guys. I'm jealous of the crowd. All right, back to ship. Ship's still making its way. We've got a little under 2 minutes left in this ascent burn, so we've got all 6
What is
Raptor
Seco?
engines still firing.
What is Seco?
So the next major milestone we're going to be looking for is Seco. That's our second
Seco.
stage engine cutoff. That's should be coming right at about 8 minutes and 58 seconds into flight. So we've got about 1:20 still to go. really cool to see Booster go through that landing burn. That was one of our like really key demonstrations we wanted to try and do today. Is that's mimicking what we're going to be hopefully doing. Oh, we just got our sonic boom, sounds like, from the booster coming back. All right, less than a minute to go.
SpaceX,
so we are going to see the 3 RVACs, the vacuum optimized engines, shut down first, and then we'll shut down those 3 center
They
engines.
give
So
up
we should
on
be a little
landing
under a
back in
minute
the launch site.
until
Yeah.
SECO.
They
Just
now
a reminder, this
put
is
everything to
putting
the
us
ocean.
into a suborbital trajectory. So
They
we're
put everything to the
intentionally just
ocean now.
going slow enough that we're not going to achieve full orbit. This puts us on a course where those engines shut off, and no matter what, we're coming back to our
Starship is in
landing
terminal
zone
guidance.
in the Indian Ocean. All right, terminal guidance. So we should start seeing the shutdowns come up in just a couple seconds. Less than 30 seconds to go in this ship ascent burn.
The speed is crazy, almost 25,000 kilometers an hour.
All right, RVACs have shut off. 3 more to go.
3 more to go.
Ship engine cut off.
That's it, I guess. It's
All right.
still
All ship
Gulf
Raptors
of
have
Mexico.
shut
Nominal
down.
orbit insertion.
Still
You
Gulf
just
of
heard
Mexico.
nominal orbital
Yeah?
insertion, so we are on the path that we wanted to be. So we've got a ship back in space, a whole lot planned for it, lots more still to come. Great seeing Super Heavy make its way to the water, but I'm excited to see what ship can do in space. How's everybody doing down there?
Nice. Some particles are
Yeah, if
flying.
you could hear the crowd behind us this whole time, people are definitely happy with how the day's been panning out so far. Definitely exciting to see Starship safely in space, and super pumped to see all the team's hard work in action here today.
Yeah, and we guaranteed it at the start of the show, but it has been an awesome
Dennis,
day
this
so
could be
far.
your
It's
future,
crazy. All
staying
this has happened
calm
in just
on
10
space
minutes.
flight.
All the objectives were met on the booster,
Yeah.
including that V3 style landing burn. So now all eyes are on the ship as we get ready for our in-space objectives. But we've got a few minutes until that next milestone, so sit tight, enjoy the views, enjoy the space jams.
So yeah, it went according to plan so far. Not like Putin's special military operation. Look at the excitement of just getting into lower Earth orbit. Everyone forgets this was already to have landed on the moon by now. Yeah, like, I think there is no purpose to land on the moon, really, for now at least. If there was an efficient economy purpose, the thing is to put those Starlinks, to put some other shit on orbit. Satellites which we use, yeah. So that's the main thing. There is no point to go on the moon, commercial purpose. It was ideological only thing. Who lands the first on the moon? Soviets or not Soviets? America. Americans did it, yeah, 4 times just to make sure. And now, like, why to go to the moon? I don't know. There's a lot of cheese in the moon. Maybe if they found some of the rare earth element could be useful, for example, for us. Maybe in this case there could be missions on the moon. But before that, and also this element should be very, very needed. Not my point, Dennis. The point is they are so far behind anything they have spent money. Ah, I see. I don't know, Walter. Yeah, they're cheerful, they're happy, and it's a young team, out there. I understand those geeks. Oh, we're going closer to Atlantic Ocean. Already past Florida and going. Tell the boomers there's oil there. I believe that there is some sort of the element in the moon which could be profitable. I think so. Starship launch, hopefully not another big fireworks over the islands. No, this one is okay. It works fine. Oh, there is some splash there. It's just they're changing the trajectory. Oh, I see some of the city there. Oh, they just put the music. See the city? Like I'm blocking it with my image. I think it's Florida or something. Those are aliens, yeah. Yeah, humanity is capable for this stuff. It's awesome. The speed is stable, 26,406. Oh, here the signal is. Why this camera is? Oh, what is happening here? I think it starts to rotate, or what? No, it seems like everything is normal. Just some glitch. Glitch from the station. But it's rotating a little, maybe flying that fast. Then I was young, I so much liked to fly the airplane at night. That's plasma. Oh, yeah, sure. So much like to fly at night. Because of those lights, city lights. It's like something magical. Oh, shit. Oh, that's my Wi-Fi antenna. I need to pick it up. Luckily, it's on. Oh, it's not because of my Wi-Fi antenna. It's something with the Starlink. Yeah, luckily it's magnetic. Then I see you live stream 2 hours now. Yeah, 2 hours 23 minutes. It's fine. We can talk. I like live streams, even though I don't have like many views compared to main streamers. I have not so many views, but I like live streams. It's mine, I think. I love it. I could use an ore ship. I don't understand what you're saying. Like, can you write English? Dropship. Oh, this is the location. We passed Latin America already, yeah? Cuba, maybe. Yeah, past Cuba. And what are those? Bermuda, yeah? We are now in Bermuda Triangle. Flying. It's awesome. Soon it's going to be payload deploy. But payload deploy is... those are simulated satellites, not the real ones. That's what I understood from what they say. Oh, we have more and more information coming from the failed Russian attack on Vladimirivka. Oh, they try to go directly to Shakhova while using field roads, difficult terrain. They understood that the bridge is closed. Uh-huh. Oh, they broke through Shakhova. It's the second attempt of them. They broke through to Shakhova. That's the small village. Okay. So after all, they tried to take the field roads and so on.
Of Starship as we get ready to open up this payload door. We were able to do this successfully for the very first time.
Yeah.
On our last flight, on flight 10. Oop.
The door is
Cal
open.
got ahead of me. Looks like he's opening up the payload door already.
Nice. 1 million views. Wow. Uncontrolled rapid disassembly, yeah.
All right, looks like we got the door open.
Something is flying there, some small particles. Are those real satellites? It seems like they say it like simulated satellites. Simulated. What means simulated?
All right, so payload doors open. Next up,
It's
going to be to
test
start
run.
deploying these Starlink simulators.
Starlink simulators, yeah. What is this? Like that
They are
decoys?
roughly the same size
Yeah,
as
decoys.
the V3 Starlink satellites that Starship's going to be carrying. That's going to add some pretty crazy capacity. We'll run through the numbers in a little bit. We were able to do this for the very
Bolts and
first
nuts
time
flying
ever
away.
on our
Yeah.
last flight, and so this will be another test. We made a couple of tweaks to the rails.
I wonder
for
what are
deploying
those
this based off of what
canisters
we
on the
saw
left.
last time. But excited to
Big
see these get out the
canisters.
door. Our next iteration of Starship's also going to have kind of a more powerful PEZ.
I think
It's
I
going to
should
deploy
put
these
my
at a
image
little
down
bit faster
below
speed. But
for you to see the
to
door.
see our next demonstration of this, hopefully in the next couple of seconds, we should start seeing them move out the door.
Come on, launch.
I mean, that view on your left, so you're basically that
So
would
they
be
put
if you were
extra
sitting at the very
rubbish,
top of the
like
nose
just
cone looking
dummies
down.
out there in
So
space.
there's
Okay.
kind of a short stack. There's 4 on either side, so 8 total. When we start flying Starlinks, for their actual deploy missions, we're going to be carrying stacks of about 60. So much larger stack once we start flying these operationally, but still doing a little bit of a short just for this payload deployed today.
Oh, some movement. Whoa!
Looks like we got a little bit of movement there, Dan.
Coax it out. Get it moving, Jake.
There we go. All right, first one going out.
I thought they're gonna deploy real satellites, but they put their decoys. Decoys for what reason? I don't know.
All right, first one's deployed. Getting ready for the second one here. We do a little reset back to the center position.
Yeah, it takes about a minute for each one.
Yeah, usual stuff. I think we already spoke about it. So the same system, everything is the same. The chain drive, and yeah. And there is the canister. You see this black over here, yeah? Dark thing. It's some sort of the very long canister out there. Maybe it made in USA, it said number, and there is the code, but probably I cannot scan it with this quality. Yeah. Maybe it's the pressurized air, and all of that is working. I think all of that is working with the help of electricity after all. For 1 million views. Yeah, 1 million views. Strangely, on liftoff, there were less views than on this throwing garbage to space. Carbon fiber looks like it, yeah. Design of the submarine that kaputted. Yeah, what was the name of that submarine that kaputted? Titan, yeah. Almost like Titanic. Or hydraulics. For hydraulics, it's too much, I think. Or maybe they need this too much because the rocket is big. Maybe hydraulics. For those flaps and everything. For engine movement, for those gimbals, yeah, it could be hydraulic driven. Ozzy going outside and tried to catch one of these. Ozzy, are you here? They're sending some of the pallets to space. Testing and deploying mechanism, I guess. Yeah. Space toaster, yeah. Gas to keep the propellant settled in the tanks. Fuel tanks? Why they do not show out from outside? There was the camera outside. in the door. Why they do not show it? Again, it will create conspiracy theory that it is all being filmed. Oh no, just just then I say that there is some movement. Where is something here? They should have put the flashlight. Yeah, it's just invisible. Maybe that's why. Interesting way to put more junk in space. Yep. They are testing this system which they construct with those pallets. What are
connectivity before. Oh.
Yeah, something is moving there. Yeah, like something is. But yeah, without the flashlight, it's. They're watching this. Who is watching? They heard you.
7 million active customers and counting. To meet the global growing demand for high-speed internet, SpaceX expanded its factory over in Bastrop, Texas, which is just outside of Austin, and also introduced Starlink Mini, as well as an upgraded version of the Starlink Standard Kit.
Yeah. Just 2 left, yeah?
Yeah, and one thing to note about the satellite deploy is that they will be following
Isn't
the
this
same
3 Starlink
suborbital
satellites
trajectory of the
falling
ship.
off
So
out
these
of orbit
dummy
every
sats will
day?
not be going in orbit.
No,
We do
I haven't
expect
heard
them to
about
burn
this.
up on re-entry.
I haven't heard about those cases, but I will Google if you want.
All right, couple more to go. I promise one of these days we'll deploy in daylight. But we're basically trading deploy in the dark so we get those re-entry views for the daytime.
Yeah, at night it's nothing really out there to see. Currently 1 to 2 Starlink satellites deorbit each day, but this number is increasing and could reach up to 5 per day as the network expands.
1 more to go.
Literally launching garbage into space. But it's coming down, it's a good sign. And it's burning polluted atmosphere just to launch them. Yeah, but Starlink is awesome, like it's needed. I'll check out, I'll cross check, okay? Because it's interesting. I need some debate here. if it is real.
All right, now with payload deploy complete, Starship will now close its payload door and continue to coast around Earth to the
Starlink
Indian Ocean.
satellites are coming down
We still have
to
a ton
Earth
of major
every
events to
day,
come today,
one at
including
least.
Raptor Relight at about T plus 37 minutes.
Searching.
That will be followed by atmospheric reentry and splashdown. So with that, we're going to go on another quick post.
Okay, so they need it. ChatGPT is searching in the internet what I said about Starlinks. Close the bay doors. Yeah, they're closing. See, they're reading your comment. Short answer, yes. Oh, I didn't know about it. On average, about 1 to 2 Starlink satellites re-enter the atmosphere each day. Oh my freaking god. In 2025, astronomer Johan McDonnell running teleshows his daily pace and decay logs. Most of these are planned, controlled, and most useful notes. Most of these are planned, controlled, end of life deorbits. I didn't know that they can deorbit for older Starlinks. It's good that they can depose them like this and not live in space. They're designed to burn up completely for their 550-kilometer orbits within a few years. So a few years, yeah. With the constellation growing, several analysts expect their re-entry to rise over time, potentially a few per day. So 1 day is a reasonable rule of thumb right now, often 1-2 per day. Elon Musk is a scammer. Yeah, maybe, but I really like Starlink and all this thing he does with space. Not he just owner the company. I think without him it will also function because of the it already started the function, yeah. I think without him it will continue its normal operation. Elon basically already buys some of the startups, some of the ready-to-go projects, invest there, not with his own money, but he is like this attractable billionaire guy for multiple of the investors. That's how he attracts more money, and that's how he propels some of the companies to be world leading, like Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, and Neuralink. Yeah. Well, those satellites vaporize, then they re-enter. Yeah, they are small. They dismantle. They even tiny particles are not left, from what I understood. I think his companies are garbage. No, I use Starlink personally. That's why I might tell that I needed it so many times, and it's a really good thing to deliver internet to very remote areas. Internet is must have everywhere, so absolutely I support Starlink. And yeah, I like space, so SpaceX is also good. I don't like Elon Musk himself, but I like this company and Starlink also. So not for me, yeah, it's for you. Pollute the atmosphere to launch garbage. You may say about it to any sort of the human activity. So should we unalive ourselves or what? We pollute everything. Go to India, see how people pollute rivers and so on. Compare the pollution from this missile to the pollution that you have from and everything, from the tractors on the farms. Yeah, tractors on the farms to collect the food. It's nothing. So humans need to research space. Humans need to look for the space. It's the development of humanity. Once Columbus, or who else, Magellan, or who else, yeah, Columbus, yeah, opened America. Some people might say, oh, there were some of the human deaths while they were building those ships. People died on the way. They polluted the ocean with their excrements or something, yeah, But they opened America for Europeans. And this is the new opening, new technologies, yeah. So that's the evolution of humanity. It is happening just not on a large scale for us to get really concerned about those pollutions. I think one hit on a Russian refinery per day gives more pollutions than this missile burning tons and millions of tons of Russian oil. So should Ukraine stop hitting Russian infrastructure just because it's pollution? It's a bullshit. Should humanity stop its evolution because of some sort of the small amount of pollution it gets, which is uncomparable to volcano eruptions, to us really throwing garbage, especially those countries like I told you, yeah, Bangladesh, India. There are bigger problems with, let's say, polluting. Yeah, we are polluting our planet, but rockets compared to it is nothing. It's the way to improve humanity, and it is good. I think it's bad to give your money to and energy to a scammer. We need to come out with an alternate, yeah. I don't like Elon Musk. I'm saying about it openly because he doesn't like Ukraine. That's the main thing why I don't like him. I'm Ukrainian, so that's why. And he wants to, to make those corporations be on top of the governments. That's their goal. I record the video about it. So I don't like him. I don't like Pavel Durov. I don't like Elon Musk. I don't like many of them. I respect some of them. Like, for example, Jeff Bezos. Yeah, he's also a strange guy, but he built himself from the start. Isn't Tesla being sued because they don't do safety development of their new Cybertruck? So people died being burned to death in them because they couldn't open the door. Oh, by the way, Pop, we today discussed this topic in the live stream, and let's check out. Yeah, let's go and because just this link open. Yeah, we discussed this with batteries and so on because they're made out of those small elements, and it's very bad. Yeah, actually, then the doors could be electrically locked, and people may burn inside. And there was the case with China Xi'an Yu something car that was burned the last night. So let's check out the cyber. I'm very interested in this because we already discussed cyber truck burned. I want to cross check. Burned doors blocked. A recent fatal crash involving Tesla Cybertruck led to a lawsuit. What do we have? That the vehicle electronically operated doors locked and block escape after the vehicle caught fire. But what was there a life loss here? A lawsuit. The family of a victim who initially had minor injuries claims she was unable to exit the burning vehicle due to power failure and subsequent door malfunction and died from smoke inhalation and burns. Oh my God. This incident raised concerns about the vehicle emergency escape features, leading to investigations and potential design changes. This video demonstrates how to open Tesla Cybertruck door. Why it's no.
The first thing that you'll notice about the Tesla Cybertruck, other than its shape, is that there are no door handles. So
no door handles.
And open up the door. Well, Tesla has actually put buttons above each and every door. Here's the back seat, and here's the front seat. And to get in, all you have to do is just push that button. But when you push the button, the door will open just slightly. How does it do that, and what is preventing you from slamming your fingers and injuring them in the door? Well, to catch what actually happens, you have to be very quick. So I just push the button, I'll open up the door.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, you did miss some exciting
stuff. I need to go to Tesla.
Its second ever payload, 8
But it also has another
okay,
feature.
we're gonna go
Push
to it
that button
later.
to open the door. You go to grab it, and somebody wants to kick the door shut. Until you actually open up the door, that little mechanism will stay opened up so that the door cannot be shut. So no matter how hard you try and push on this door, it is not going to shut until you open it up. And the funny thing about that feature of the Tesla Cybertruck, it's not just for the Cybertruck. The Mustang Mach-E also has the exact same mechanism.
I don't like it. I think that okay, where we are. I think that it should be mechanical. Yeah. Cybertruck crash. What is this article? A young man who tried to save his friend trapped in a raging Cybertruck fire could not manage to open the door in time. Jesus, when it happened? March this year. So there were the cases. I think there were the cases also with Tesla and with China. I think that's why, yeah, it's I think early to buy electrical cars. Or some design should be like there should be mechanical freaking lock. Maybe even some handle there. It shouldn't be like your smartphone. Oh, I failed to unblock. That's it. You know. Also, this bulletproof glass, yeah, or how to call it, it's like, it just, you cannot crush it. There is no escape. Even in airplanes, we have emergency hatches, yeah, or something. If there is the fire in the cockpit. On Boeing 737, there is, you can just open the side window. It's mechanical. You open it and you escape. On ATR, we don't have the side windows open, so we have the separate hatch on the back in the roof, mechanical. Here in a car that is equipped with a inflammable battery, and it's not just about Elon here, it's about every electrical car, because we saw the video today on the stream, Pope. The thing happened like real video with a China car, Xi'an. So it burned down with the driver inside, and no one was capable to. I think it applies to those stupid designs with the doors, you know. If you have this risk of the car being burned down because of this battery, you need to have mechanical doors. I think it should be a requirement, because lots of this stuff continue to happen. Not only that, I think a lot of people being fans of Elon and are being led down the path of becoming stupid by the setting on the bad example. Yeah, maybe. Animals get hurt for sin all the time. We humans also eat animals, but again, without that, we wouldn't have the tech. I think it's, you know, I have this confrontational inside me. Then I see those beautiful animals, you know, cows, pigs on the farm. Oh my God, I cannot understand how we eat them. But then I see the meat in shop, I buy it and I eat. I cannot do anything. I just cannot not eat meat. Yeah, I eat it all the time, and it's so tasty. Yeah. I think we should work towards lab-grown meat. It should be easy for us. Maybe just don't know how to grow it up. Still, there should be some of the tissues. Yeah, it's not living. Yeah, maybe it should be like that, yeah. But the companies doing cruelty are still using blood from slaughtered cows to feed the cells. I don't know. They are legal in Chechnya. What? Oh yeah, by the way, Kadyrov wanted to use the Cybertruck for attacking missions, yeah? Just imagine it being hit by some of the shell and start to kaput, and those Ahmad guys didn't know how to get out from this thing. I think Elon should supply this Cybertruck to Chechnya, yeah, to Russia. Oh shit, that would be interesting. Science and medical tech is foolish. Don't get me wrong. I don't even kill flies. I give them food. But it's what it is. I'm not making excuses. I'm just talking about reality. Yeah, I also think like that. I think it's not profitable. Like there could be some of the artificially grown meat from some of the cells, yeah, like in laboratories. I think this technology is available, but it costs so much that no one would get bothered to do it on large scale. So it's easier to grow animals and kaput them. Yeah, that's how we live. Kadyrov Cybertruck was bricked after an update. Bricked? What do you mean, Tim? Bricked? Why, Ben? You call me always for live stream and now you call me to stop. No, I already started it. Why should I stop? It's okay. Maybe 3 hours today. Should be fine. We don't have the sound. They have just the music. Oh, what is this? Plasma? Just look at it. Wow. Or no, it's a sunrise. It's a sunrise. Oh, the missile is getting closer to you. Turn in a 3-ton brick. I see. Yeah, it seems like it was disabled, yeah, remotely. Oh, or it's plasma. Or it's sunrise. What is happening? Pretty much detailed picture of rocket itself, but outside, I don't see it. 1.3 million viewers. Why? I think they should have started the live stream well before, speaking about missile, like 1 hour, and there could be more views after it. Something is out there, you see? UFO, some UFO. And they immediately switched. Oh my God. S38. Yeah, it's the sunrise, it looks like. $124. That's crazy. That's my best live stream for the last few days. Twitter viewers probably not working. What? Just a moment. I need to check. Cross-check. I need to check. La la la la. Sometimes it's glitching. Something could glitch. It says we have 22 viewers. Yeah, not many on Twitch. But it's usual for me, like we have this number on Twitch. On YouTube, it's usually bigger. People prefer YouTube more, or maybe just I have more subscribers on YouTube. Kármán line is around 100 kilometers. There's the stars, a real atmosphere. If it passes us, I wish it the best from there. Who knows with Twitch anymore? I don't know how, like those streamers, how they became so popular on Twitch, because they are saying absolute nonsense out there on Twitch. No ads on Twitch? Really? What happened to that platform? I thought it had all the ads all the way. I would like not to have ads on Twitch, honestly. Good morning, Daisy. We are now watching a rocket together with 1.4 million viewers. It's picking up the speed. Oh, yeah. Like 400 kilometers more. Stratosphere, actually, yeah. I think it's more than stratosphere. Lots of kids. Sun reflection on atmosphere being moved by a rocket. Yeah. And where are we? We passed Madagascar. So we are getting closer to Australia. I think in a maximum half an hour, maybe 20 minutes, we're gonna be in Australia or close there. Well, we are already in Indian Ocean. The point somewhere close to Australia, there is the point of the splash. You do not fight with all of the other streamers, Denys. That is what gets you big on Twitch. What do you mean, Ozzy? You mean do not copy their content or what? I mean fight not to be competitors for them. It's very, very hard, now to come out. Yeah, we see Madagascar we passed. This is Africa on the left, Madagascar, and going further. This is, it's not the Seychelles, it's, what is the islands, those islands? I forgot the name, but I was there. I forgot the name of those islands. where I was. I know them on the map. Mauritius. Yeah, we passed Mauritius. Ooh, that's interesting. Should be the end of 2025 or early. Well, no, Mauritius, not Maldives are a little further. This my wife is Ukrainian from Zakarpatsk Oblast, and I am Hungarian. We are Titsa party supporters. Will win next year elections and normalize relations with the Ukraine and support EU membership. Awesome, Rory. Yeah, it's awesome. That's what we are waiting for. I think Titsa has pretty much great chances for victory. Awesome, yeah. It's very beautiful, yeah, this image. It's really beautiful. I wonder, what are those gases? They're not coming from rocket. I think so. Feel the burn, yeah. Crazy picture indeed. Like, it's surreal, yeah. And it's space. It's not the engines. The engines were turned off. They propelled the missile and kicked off. I just wonder, what is this? Some sort of the plasma or... Rory, thank you. And you see the forward part is already illuminated, yeah? Must be plasma. Can't be fire. Yeah, cannot be fire. But it's getting closer. Oh, there is the movement. Some splashes or what?
And so do not be surprised if this is not a very smooth flight on the way down. But again, this is intentional. We are trying to find what are the limits for ship. How resilient are we to these different issues that could pop up? If we lose a tile anywhere in the vehicle, we want to know what that ultimate impact is going to be. So we've got a couple missing.
Oh, it's going to be crash
We
test.
had a bunch pulled over the primary fuel, the LOX tanks, everything. This one, we've got a tile missing right on top.
Oh,
So that's going to see some of the highest temperatures during this reentry, and there's just bare steel right underneath it. So we're going to see if Starship's robust enough to pull through that.
Aussie, I see Australia on the map. We are getting closer, really close.
Specifically on the leading edge. So we're getting a really good look right at the leading edge. That's getting really intense heating. So again, gonna see if it can make it through. See if all the flaps hold on. See if Starship holds together. But definitely could be a bumpy ride. But this is why we're flying. This is why we're flying in this part of the world. This
Have
is
they
why
declared
we're
it
Starship
a
through
huge
these flight
success yet?
tests
Not
to
yet.
really understand what its limits are. So we can then move on to the next
But the
thing.
speed is slowing down, you see?
To the launch site for a catch.
They decelerated.
The light show continuing.
They
Keep following it. I think we
decelerated.
got about 15 minutes until splashdown.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the restroom. I leave you
see
with
our speed, our speed
with
indicator in the
Starlink.
bottom left there. It looks like we're starting to
Starlink,
scrub off velocity
this
a little
thing.
bit quicker.
See you guys in a short period
Ship is
of
entering
time.
the peak heating phase of flight.
Looks like we can see some clouds down there as we pass through 70 kilometers altitude.
Yeah, the sun's starting to come up again. Ooh, there we go.
There we go.
skirt is intact so far this time. If you watched Flight 10, you saw we entered with a little bit missing. That was ultimately traced to a little bit of buildup. We dumped prop on the way. We had a little bit of solid propellant buildup, and then either static discharge or the plasma ignited it, took out a tiny bit of that skirt, some of the aft flaps, but Starship, again, was able to fight through it, make it all the way to that landing burn. We addressed that, changed some of our prop dump con-ups, though, so should not be seeing that this time around. And as a reminder, in addition to these missing tile tests, we're doing kind of a unique flight on the way in. It's going to do what we call a banking maneuver. So while we're still going supersonic and even hypersonic, we're doing kind of a banking turn. And then we'll do a pretty aggressive turn right as we get into the subsonic and start doing our belly flop. And that's designed to essentially be the approach that we would do on a return to launch site and a tower catch. So don't be surprised if we see the ship start to turn and make a few maneuvers as it makes its way down to the Indian. And fun fact, even though we're doing all this turning, we're essentially targeting the exact same spot in the Indian Ocean we went to last time.
Oh, it's beautiful. Some artifacts. It's morning. Jeez, very bad signal. Oh, maybe other camera. Ooh. 65.5 kilometers. Starts to entry.
All right, just about 12
it's
minutes
plasma
to go. Still looking good. That gives a pretty good view of those aft flaps where, again, on the leading edge, I think it might be on the one on the other side, we had some tiles removed with no backups behind it. So, again, we're really trying to stress some of the most sensitive areas around Starship.
I kind of hope that everything that Elon does would fail, but for space exploration, I choose this thing. Yeah, me too.
Then that tells us quite a bit about just how resilient
I don't like Tesla
is.
in general. Just Model S is okay for me, but SpaceX is nice, and Starlink too.
Yeah, and that shot we just had earlier was looking at what we call the business end of Starship with all the Raptor engines. And those are the engines that we're going to be expecting to light for that flip and landing burn, hopefully in about 10 minutes once we get through.
10 minutes to go. Okay. Slot. Thank you, Stefan.
Yeah, looking at E3, that's the one. It's the one we did the relight on. So it's 2 for 2 so far. We'll see if it can go 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Oh, they're testing something, engines. Wow. Yeah, with clouds it's interesting. You can see the speed. It's crazy.
All right, we can see that speed just continue to bleed off under
20,000
kilometers
because there's lots of the drag, but still it's huge. The clouds are passing by like.
Ship still holding together.
Yeah, and if you look in the bottom right, it looks like we've made it all the way to the Indian Ocean. We're coming up kind of near Australia, the west side of Australia.
West side of Australia.
Pretty crazy. We're only 56 minutes in, and we've made it all the way, halfway around the world.
Yeah. That's how ballistic missiles, nuclear missiles work. Intercontinental. Quite fast delivery. 1 hour, boom.
It's actually a good demonstration of a future capability we hope to have on Starship where we will do point-to-point transport on Earth. So essentially travel anywhere in the world in about an hour or
Thanks
so,
to you, Astro, for supporting me.
It's going to be pretty crazy. Imagine going from New York to Sydney in 1 hour instead
of this channel.
20 hours.
And the Ukrainian channel. Thank you, Derek. Yay. We stream every day. Or every night, as Bird to say, yeah? So, of course, we're gonna catch some of the SpaceX and not only.
And a reminder, so this camera is... we see some of the heat rate picking up a little bit.
Each changing
And
the
this
direction.
camera is embedded right in the end of one of those forward flaps, so you see it moving around. That's the flap adjusting to maintain control. It's like we're getting into our
and
bank
here
maneuver.
you see it's red already. Oh my god! I wonder how can you reuse it? There's so much pressure, temperature.
Now power sliding through the atmosphere.
External temperatures are coming down.
Now we fly sideways. Wow, this is fantastic view. Is it round or is it flat? Depends on what camera they use, yeah?
Vehicle is now at maximum dynamic pressure.
All right, that was basically our reverse max Q, so
nice.
most aerodynamic stress that it's going to see during re-entry, we just passed through it. So we're past that, we're past peak
The
heating.
shot reminds me of the shuttle.
Ship's still holding
yeah.
together. So we're currently in this bank maneuver. We're going to see it kind of roll over and do a pretty significant shift as we get down closer to the subsonic speeds.
Yeah, and that bank maneuver that Dan's mentioning is all in part of us to learn about the guidance, navigation, and control for return to launch site missions. So in the near future, we're hoping to return the ship back to the same pad we just took off on 59 minutes ago, and we've got to do some of these pretty dynamic bankings to make that trajectory work out.
Interesting. It's burning up. It's plasma,
All right,
thing,
the
and
light
friction.
show
Yeah,
kind of
friction.
calming down as we're starting to move into the lower
see,
parts of the atmosphere. We
it's lowered,
should
yeah. It
hit transonic,
as the speed
so
lower.
hitting that transition between moving faster than the speed of sound and below the speed of sound in just about 3.5 minutes. Our landing burn should
Astrogamer,
happen
thank you so
right
much.
around an hour and
Just
6
looking for
minutes
attention.
after launch, so we should be just about
Thank
6
you.
minutes away from that. You can see lots of
Your
daylight.
attention is out there. Check out Tim
Everybody cross your
Robertson if you
fingers, see
like
if our
weird
range team
humor.
was able to get out
Uh-huh.
there and provide any surprise views
Robertson.
as Starship makes its way down. Oh, it's like they heard me.
You know,
Ready and waiting.
Astro, I did the same stuff also on
Dan, you just spoke
Charlie.
that view into existence
You know,
there.
maybe you don't know, maybe you know. Charlie Moist Critical, yeah, he's popular YouTuber. I also wanted to get attention, so I joined sometimes Super Chat, but he blocked the Super Chat. All of the membership and Super Chat.
And this kind of
Now it's hard
almost
to
like
get
a half
because
circle loop.
he has lots of the viewers.
To our actual trajectory. We're heading to the same exact splashdown point, but we're kind of doing a more roundabout way to get there, where it's this kind of big, long half-moon loop.
Metal
and then
burning.
really
It's not metal, it's
and a twist
something
right
they
at the very end. And that would line us up with the launch tower.
like
Starship.
those plates.
On
They're
a
not
return to
metal.
launch
They're
site, would
composites.
Fly over the tower, do a quick
As they
landing
say.
burn flip, and then come down for catching the arms.
Maybe this foam they put underneath. I think they changed those plates for every launch.
How about that
if they use
S-38 decal there staying strong on that view?
Reuse this missile. Rocket missile.
Good to see the numbers back on.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's getting lower than hypersonics.
All right, should be hitting transonic
Oh, it's already
in about
transonic,
2.5 minutes.
Transonic speed.
Landing flip coming up in about 4. Pretty clouds there in the Indian Ocean today. Again, yeah, we changed our launch times. We launch in the evening now, so we get these daytime views.
Charlie is a snob.
Down in the Indian
maybe.
Ocean. One of the things we're really
He
looking for. The reason we have the drone.
canceled all of the super chat and membership. He doesn't want to get the money from the nations
So much from these cameras, you can't see
any longer.
the vast majority of the heat shield. So we throw these buoys out there. We've got there's
You spoke it again, Dan. There it is.
Oh.
They're playing with me in the
Is it
control
a
room.
drone?
All right.
It is
But
a
we
drone.
have these buoys out there. We have these
buoy.
drones that we're trying to see externally how the heat shield held up. Everybody saw from flight
Even though
10
I
it
don't
had
always respond,
a little bit
I
of a
read the
paint
comment.
job.
Oh, thank you.
A little bit of a reddish hue. That was from those metallic tiles that we had
Transonic.
tested.
So I'm going to
kind
ban
of
it.
oxidizing really rapidly in that plasma,
Yeah.
and then spreading
The
those little
clouds look
oxide particles
almost
all over
look
the
like
heat shield.
snow. Yeah.
No metal tiles on this flight, so not expecting to see that.
Dynamic
and then-
pressure is coming down.
The buoy is not equipped with 360 camera, however, yeah, it's just a
nobody
standard
gets
one.
seasick.
Could be GoPro.
All right, coming up on transonic shortly. It's about 2.5 minutes to landing burn.
There is the glitching camera. Glitching. It's
Yeah, and once
glitch.
we get to around the 15-kilometer altitude mark, that's where we have a lot of flight history.
Starship
from
is
those suborbital
transonic,
flights.
starting the belly flop phase of flight.
Yep, that belly flop phase that we perfected in the suborbital campaigns, we're entering that now.
Float again, yeah. 1.5 million viewers waiting for splash. Oh, smoky. Ooh.
Right, starting to get those Raptors ready. Should be 2 minutes away from landing burn. Again, we're going to do a flip. After we ignite those engines,
You see
we'll go from
something,
3
something
down to
is
2
out
for the
there,
final
yeah?
phase
Boom, boom, boom.
of the landing burn and
This part.
look for another soft splashdown. Hopefully,
And parts are
by our
separating.
buoy and drone, which are hanging out, ready and waiting for a ship.
What is this? Speed tape? Something loose, close to camera, yeah. It's shaking. Why it's shaking? It's they are moving those flaps, as they call them, and that's why it's shaking.
Seeing all 3 center engines have entered the chill phase.
Chill phase. I like this name, chill phase. Nice quality, yeah. 1.6 million viewers. Cool. Oh, one thing. Oh, it's separating, you see? This speed tape.
All right, less than a minute to go.
What is this? Those are not...
The ship is making its turn for final approach.
I think it's okay to have this thing.
And here's this kind of aggressive final turn that would essentially position it so it's right behind
Oh, it's the different
launch and
angle.
catch tower.
I guess there is the camera here, and here's the camera on the other flap. Nice. More smoke.
Flaps holding strong. Landing burn in just under 20 seconds.
Flights are really high, with a high vertical speed. I would like to see vertical speed also.
Ship landing startup.
Wow, it's big vertical speed. Huge. Wow.
There's our landing burn.
There's the buoy. There's the buoy. There's the buoy.
3 down to 2.
Starship has landed.
Uh-huh. Nice. Nice. Nice. Nice. Nice. Woohoo! A blast.
As we said, we're not planning on recovering the ship today. Hey, welcome back to Earth, Starship. We are down in the Indian Ocean.
Okay, nice. It was Hollywood style movie. Kaboom, yeah. Maybe they landed just a little aside. Maybe we should have 360 camera after all on this buoy, in addition to the one they had for the full experience.
What a day. A whole lot more to go
But
through.
at least something was shown, yeah.
Here at Starbase, pretty hyped. Hey, Tyler, out on Hawthorne, how's everybody holding up?
Thank you, Dan. We had a fantastic time watching. It was another exciting Starship flight test in the books, and we hope that you enjoyed those Starlink views too. So congratulations to the team at Starbase and everyone here and around the company. So many employees contribute to the Starship program as we continue to iterate and make progress towards a multi-planetary future. So that wraps it up for us here in Hawthorne. Thank you for tuning in, and back to you guys.
Yeah, what an incredible launch today. We had successful liftoff. Booster completed its objective, successfully splashed down over in the Gulf. Obviously, we saw another amazing Starlink deploy as well from ship.
Yeah, we made it through that re-entry, testing all the different experience. We had missing tiles, gave us quite the light show. We had that Raptor relight, 3 for 3. That was ahead of re-entry, of course. And then that awesome splashdown that we just saw, including that dynamic banking maneuver to simulate RTLS when we returned to the launch site. So yeah, we promised maximum excitement, and Starship delivered.
Definitely.
Congrats to all our teammates at SpaceX and to everyone who's supporting the Starship program. And thank you to all our future customers for your support.
The guy with the
We'd also like to thank the fine people of
red
Cameron
Honda
County, including the
jacket.
residents of
Nice.
its newest city, Starbase, as well as the Coast Guard, the Federal Aviation Administration, the Government of Mexico, and the Australian Space Agency.
Yeah, be sure to follow SpaceX on X for updates and about more of the exciting views we didn't get to feature on today's broadcast.
And if you're interested in more launch coverage just like this, head over to spacex.com/launches for the most up-to-date information.
All right, I will take us out. Hey, congrats, Jake and Amanda. You guys did amazing. Great job. All right, today we launched the world's biggest.
Some of the geeks out there. Nice. What do you think, guys? Multiplanetary. Yeah, we're gonna send Elon to Mars. Occupy Mars. Good evening, Mick. Yeah, nice. Nice that they have this sophisticated live stream and without any sort of the, those foolish copyrights and so on. Yeah, it's good that they allow also to restream. It's nice. Artemis 3 want to send human to moon with Starship. They did amazing, and it's yeah. Thanks, Floors. Thanks. Just be glad they're on our side, yeah. Want to check out what is happening online. Baron Trump wants, they want to get him as the CEO of the American branch of TikTok, or what? Okay, local time, Air Force One coming up 36 hours of the trip. President Trump is giggling with the press. Hardest working POTUS ever. He just likes attention. How many more tests before they actually accomplish something? Well, they delivered some of the satellites. I think they're on the way. No, the SpaceX is working really hard. They delivering satellites to the atmosphere there. It's better, like it's way better than Russian Roscosmos. Roscosmos is losing contracts or already lost multiple. So it's good that we have SpaceX. Starship, okay. Pro-Trump cable news outlet Newsmax refused to sign Peter Hexet update press policy on Monday. Joining legacy media outlets that condemned Hexet policy as press intimidation and violation of the First Amendment. Hexet's new policy banned Pentagon reports from asking or obtaining any information about that is not explicitly authorized by the Department of Defense and gave so basically like dictatorship. It's even the information which is not classified they don't want to give, or you cannot even ask. It's a shit show. Former President Joe Biden on ceasefire deal. The road to deal was not easy. My administration worked relentlessly to bring hostages home, get relief to Palestinian civilians, and end the war. I commented President Trump and his team for their work to get renewed ceasefire deal. Okay, nothing interesting. During the assassination during the assassination of the United States Army conference today in Washington, Auditorial Industries launched Eagle Eye suit for vision-related equipment, featuring visual reality and artificial intelligence that is able to directly feed servicemen through heads-up display available in helmets, visors, and glasses. Visors, I think. I read English very bad. Eagle Eye will allow military personnel to see a number of relevant information during combat, including the location of the user's head, squad mates, mission plans to high resolution.
Bravo. Split.
Looks like Battlefield 6 for me, yeah? Night vision.
One Tango West container in the open.
Jeez. Video game. Are we in a video game already? Do we exist? Is it a real helmet or what? Real tests? And how they see behind? They see. I see. I understand how we see behind. Because we have the sensors on those guys, and our helmet is communicating with their helmets, or vision system communicates with ours, and they see some sort of the guy out there, so their information and the distance meter, it gives the information from them to us, so we see the guy also behind. Yeah, you see? You see? Wow. It only took 2 years to get them to stop slaughtering civilians. Yeah. Uses flying drone. Maybe also flying. Yeah, flying drone is out there, yeah. It's also like flying drone picture. It also sees everything. Yeah, it's the future. How it looks? Looks okay. Columbus Day is back. White House channel is a parody. Sudan RSF strikes. Okay, it's not my topic. Madagascar President Andre said he's safe after alleged assassination. What is this? Sikorsky Aircraft, a Lockheed Martin company, today unveiled their next generation fully autonomous multi-mission Well, nice for cargo delivery, yeah. Super. It's an interesting solution. Yeah, you don't have the cockpit, but you can use it as a ramp, the forward part. In a way, it's smart, yeah. It makes it cheaper, even. I mean, this construction looks like UH-60 for me a little. Yeah, it's like UH-60. Huh. Black Hawk, yeah. Black Hawk drone. Sikorsky. Sikorsky was, I think, Ukrainian, yeah? Was he Ukrainian? Because the surname is Polish. Immigrated to United States after Reds took control over Russian Empire. UH-60, yeah. Yeah, it's said modified version of UH-60L Black Hawk. New solutions, interesting. Yeah, we saw that Meloni is always like, she has this look like.
I have a couple I don't like in particular, but I won't tell you who.
I don't know.
A few of them I don't like at all.
She's like,
You'll
she
never
looks
find out
confused
who they
all
are.
the time.
Maybe you will come to think of it. But I have most of you who I like a lot and I respect a lot. Maybe that's more important.
How many days will the federal government be shut down? 30 or 10 to 29. Maybe till the end of Trump's term. Russia again bombs Kharkiv. So many news. Sudan, not my topic. Yeah, Russians got some of the territories. And what is this? This is what direction? Kamar direction. Oh, Ukraine lost 2 of the tanks I see recently there. It's not good. Belgium received first F-35A Lightning II fighter. Nice. Baron Trump tipped for top TikTok job. Baron Trump, 19 years old, son of President Donald Trump, is reportedly being considered for a board position at TikTok's new United States entity after his father's deal separating the app from the Chinese ownership for United States. I think it will be messed up for United States TikTok. It will show the bullshit. It will be like Twitter, yeah, X. So China will make some new application for America once again. TikTok, maybe. Not TikTok, but TikTok or TakTak or Tuk-Tuk. China can do it for one day. I really like actually TikTok algorithms. They are good. I don't like the ownership though, no. But I don't know what is better for it to be MAGA or China. China or MAGA. Yeah. So much corruption. Yeah, it reminds me Adam Kadyrov, you know, who in his 70s was appointed for all of those positions. 103 followers, 105. That's still okay. Oh yeah, Tomahawk missiles could be launched from this thing. It was just presented. It's still more or less like a concept vehicle, but could go to production if United States really want to put some money in it. So it looks like HIMARS, but a bigger vehicle, yeah. Inside there are 4 of the Tomahawk missiles. Tomahawk. What you need is control center also. Some of the GPU. And that's it. GPU, I mean ground power unit. That's it. It is pretty much operational thing. That's the Typhoon. That's a launcher for Tomahawk missiles. I don't know what's the name of it. Introduced X-MAV autonomous standby X Tomahawk missile launcher. So at Tomo, it doesn't need anything, it seems like. If it is autonomous, it doesn't need command center. Yeah, it may have something on board there. Or could be the strike could be coordinated from distance. I don't know. But if it is called autonomous, X-MAV. It's called autonomous launcher of Tomahawk missiles. It's the first type of this kind of the thing was presented. Typhoon? I don't know. They don't specify how it's called. Oh, they did it in Egypt, yeah? Yeah, Trump is getting crazy. Are Tomahawks better than Flamingos? Of course. No doubt about it. They are proven efficient missiles, and it's very hard to trace them using air defense. Flamingo is like big rocket. It is well traced by Russian air defense, and Russians already shut it down. Yeah, I showed you. Maybe 2 of the times already. So it's vulnerable. Tomahawk is very nimble compared to Flamingo. Flamingo modified Soviet. It looks like Tupolev 141 missile, air target. They have the similar even look and size, but I don't think it's the modified Soviet tech after all. I think they came out with something new. I mean, design I think was done from the scratch for this specific missile. But they used the Soviet engine, yeah, which is still made in Ukraine. From Yakovlev 40. Yakovlev 40, yeah. So there's the part of the Soviet technology, yeah, there. Especially engine. And the payload. It's 1 ton aviation bomb made in Soviet times. Flamingo looks modern. V1 rocket from World War II. Yes. Oh, it's been a while. 3 hours 36. Guys, I'm gonna end the stream today and gonna film some videos for you. Yeah? Are you okay with it? We're gonna stream every day, no problem with that. So thank you so much for staying with me tonight, and see you around. Cheers.